put in the link.
Step down just because it looks nicer on my overlay.
Oh, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
My stream hears you
to
guys
the
and me, but I
panel.
can't hear you guys.
It is a Friday night. It's a good Friday. It could be a better Friday, depending on how this panel goes. How's everyone doing? I'm your host, Rogue here, and I have brought several other people to this panel to discuss the Minecraft movie. Yeah. So how's everyone doing? Who's ever not that has not left the speakers? Oh, there's Stardew.
Hey, I think I fixed it. Give me one moment.
You got it. Okay.
I'm doing good.
You doing good, Lava? How you feel right now?
It's Good Friday. I had a daddy-daughter day with my daughter, so I'm actually pretty exhausted.
Oh yeah.
But it was good.
Oh, there we go.
Jason, how you doing?
Hello!
Hello, Chaos. Jason, how you doing? How you
Fuck
feeling?
off.
I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well.
Chaos, how you doing?
Pretty
How you
good.
feeling?
Long day at work, but we are here and we are ready to go.
All right. So we're going to basically just start with introductions. Basically, we're just gonna give our initial thoughts of what we thought of the Minecraft movie. Try not to make yours very long-winded. Try to keep it simple, but if you wish to ramble a bit, you can, but don't go too long of a speech or sorts. Does anyone have any questions right now?
No.
No. Geez, that silence is.
I have a question.
What's your question?
Does Lava Snow count as a question?
Sure.
No. That's a good question.
Well, thank you. I will add that to my notes. Is no a good question?
All right, so who wants to go first? Does anyone who wants to go first? Just out of pure confidence.
I will go ahead.
All right, Chaos, start us off.
So I have been playing Minecraft for years now. I believe I started playing around 1.6, somewhere in that range. Foggy, but I was very nervous for the Minecraft movie. Watched it kind of on a whim after work one day, and to state, I had low expectations of the movie. I did not really enjoy it too much, but at the same time, I will get into my further reasons. I didn't think that there was much of a bar for the movie. But I was not a huge fan, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay.
I've been playing Minecraft since I was a kid, and I love Minecraft, so I was pretty scared about the movie. I thought, oh no, it might not go down well. It might not be everything I expected it to be, and I will say, although it had horrible plot, horrible continuity, it was just fun to watch. That's my opinion on it. I thought it was just super fun.
It was super fun. All right. Jason, Lava, who wants to go next? Uh-oh.
Lava, you can go.
Okay, I'll go. Hi, I'm Lava Thor. I'm the only important person here. I thought the movie was not good.
That's it. Okay.
Short and sweet.
Okay. I'm Jason. And I think the movie was good.
You
That's
think
it.
the movie's good? Okay. Very short.
Go to
All right.
take.
All right. Now
Yes.
my
Cancel
take.
him, guys. Burn him at the stake. Get out of here.
All right. Calm down. Calm
No.
down. All right. So when I watched this movie, I had two thoughts down. Was how would a kid enjoy it, and how would an adult enjoy it? As an adult, this was a very terrible Jumanji wannabe wash script and a very horrible movie to say the least. As a kid, it's a very fun and a super cool movie because you got Jack Black and Minecraft references everywhere and very funny punchy lines that that a kid would enjoy. But in my viewpoint, this was a very, very terrible movie. And this seems like it was more of like a cash and grab, a very easy cash and grab, um, to say the least. So yeah, that is my take. So now that what everyone's kind of said what their viewpoints are, um, Jason, what do you enjoy about that movie?
Yes. I I enjoyed that they reference a lot of things like Technoblade, Chicken Jockey. Like there's everything from Minecraft in it and a bit more. And they could have done a worse job. I think. I feel like.
What could
And
be
I think they did a
worse?
decent job. I don't know. Like having nothing about Minecraft in it. Like I don't know, something like that. And I think they did a decent job. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
wasn't disappointed.
it's one thing to add
But
like
if I was
references.
like, yeah, and I think they did a decent job. They hit it on the mark. They didn't like do anything wrong with the references, at least. And I think I I would not watch the movie if I didn't play Minecraft. But because I play Minecraft, I watched the movie and I was not disappointed.
Matt. You said you enjoyed the movie. What do you enjoy about that movie?
Honestly, so I mean, I took down tons of notes, but if I had to break it down to anything, I'd just say that there wasn't anything missing. It was a movie all about references and all about uh different nostalgias, and I feel like it really hit the mark for those who've been playing Minecraft for a long time. I don't think there's anything I can really think of that I missed.
Okay, okay. Um, so I guess Lava is like the biggest hater here, since he claims he's the
Ooh.
Lava.
Yeah,
Would you like to disclose like what?
So give me like 20 minutes here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So first off, I saw
Let
it
him
with my
cook.
daughter.
He has a whole
So I saw it with my daughter. She's 7, and so I have my perspective and hers. At the end of the movie, without saying anything, I asked her what she thought of the movie and how she liked it. And she liked it. She said it was really good.
Sexy
She enjoyed it. It was fun. She did get a little bit bored during some parts, and she like wanted to lay on my lap. But you know, she's 7. That happens with a lot of movies. I'm getting some feedback. So but she said she liked it and she enjoyed the movie. So like you said, for kids it is an enjoyable movie, but it's a very surface level enjoyable. Since we left the theater, she has not mentioned the movie once. There's other movies she's seen that she's like, I want to watch that again, like Moana 2. She's asked to watch that again. She wants to see it again. She really likes the Wish movie, and she asked to watch that about 2 times every week. So while she enjoyed it, it was very surface level for her, and she's basically forgotten about it, and it's gone from her mind because it didn't have any lasting impression on her. It was just a surface level quick cash grab for her. For me, it was fun to watch it. I made a day out of it. I didn't want to like stab my eyes out. I've had movies where it's like, this is so boring, but then it was fun to watch. I'll give it that. But for being a true movie to the franchise, I think it did poorly. I give it a 3 out of 10. I like the one reference. So technically, they had 3 Easter eggs that I saw. Like, there's references, but it's like, oh, there's blocks in it. That's not a reference. Oh, there's a zombie in it. That's not a reference. Those are just normal parts of the game. So, but the 3 Easter eggs I thought that I noticed was the Technoblade Easter egg, which I thought was phenomenal. I think that they did that really well. Jeb showed up as the waiter, little Easter egg, and then what is it? Dan TDM was in the back scene
Yeah.
in the
The
Sword Wars
auction.
part.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that one, but someone else told me about it. I was like, oh, okay, he looked way different than he normally does. So those are the 3 Easter eggs. I feel like a lot of the Minecraft stuff they got wrong. How certain effects or things work. Like they tried to add in, like, here's a way to overcome the zombification of piglins. Random potion that doesn't exist in the game. Here's a new type of iron golem with some boots. Doesn't exist in the game. They added a lot of stuff or changed stuff in the game or slightly MacGuffined it to make it work for the movie, and that's not quite how it works in the game. I can go on about more things, but I think those 2 quick side points are a good starting point.
Okay.
And I'll
Okay.
let other people talk.
Well, Afton
I-
just joined real quick, so
Yeah.
I just want to say
Hi,
hello,
Dave.
Afton. Welcome.
Hello.
Well, everyone kind of gave their
Hi.
viewpoints
Mm.
around everywhere. Jason, Stardew, Matt had gave their are like think that the movie's good.
You can just call me Stardew.
Okay, yeah, that makes it better. Lava's like didn't like it. I think Chaos said did not. Okay. So Afton, just give us like a brief, like short summary of what you thought the Minecraft movie. Doesn't have to be too long, but just give us your initial thoughts to start off.
Well, I think like if you went into it like wanting a serious movie about the game, completely everything being fully accurate, it wasn't great. But if you just went in for like a fun movie experience, I thought it was okay because it was fun with the audience that I had, at least. Like I enjoyed when we would repeat the memes or clap and stuff.
Okay.
I thought that was really fun.
Okay. Chaos, you were about to say something. Go ahead.
Can I interrupt about the clapping thing? That you guys know that was actually a marketing campaign started by the companies to promote the movie.
I did not know
They-
that.
Kind of
They
genius
pushed-
though.
I mean, it's not 100% for sure, but it's one of those things like companies always do that for all their movies, especially the big ones. They promote these big things and they try and push and they do little things to do them. And other companies have done those exact things, and so it's like 99% sure that like they have started a campaign to do these things to pay people and do stuff, and it was successful.
Oh,
Well,
I've
it
never
turned
seen it
out
because of
successful.
yeah.
Yeah, it turned out really successful.
I didn't hear of it, so we'll say not
So
successful.
just to be that guy and fact check Lava from earlier, Dan TDM, Mumbo Jumbo, LD Shadow Lady, and Afmao all had appearances.
Yeah. I saw
Okay,
them.
so
like,
there's
as soon
there's
as
a
they
few
popped
more
up.
I missed that I didn't see. Okay.
Yeah, I knew Alfmal was in there. I forgot who were the other folks that
Where
was
was
happened to
Mumbo
be in there.
Jumbo? He's the one that I would have been more.
I
have
was
no
gonna say, I didn't have to
clue,
say-
I just
they were all
Googled
in the
it.
same. They were
I
all in the
believe
same
I believe
scene,
he was
but
the
clothing
auctioneer.
they had was.
What's that?
I believe he
He
was
might-
the
was he the auctioneer?
auctioneer. I believe so.
Auctioneer? Okay. I think
know
Mumbo
they
I'll
were
probably
all in the same
recognize
scene.
because he looks quite different than his avatar. So
No, even like I know what he looks like in person, but like the way they were dressed for the scene, the only reason I saw any of them was because I noticed Dan first. They were all like completely unrecognizable.
Oh, I want to interrupt one more thing. I really liked the Illager side story. I thought that side story was phenomenal. Even
I
though
loved
was
it.
goofy.
That was good.
And,
Yeah.
and the fact that they did an Illager and they played the Illager right, or no, Nitwit. Sorry, Nitwit. They did the Nitwit and they played the Nitwit right, and that's how I think that was genius.
Yeah, that was cool.
Okay. Go ahead,
I'd love
Chaos.
to
Voice at the
inject
end.
with Lava. So you had mentioned stuff about the Iron Golem and the boots and all of that. In technicality, I did write notes about those. those are elements from. I didn't play it, but I did a little bit of research on it. Minecraft Dungeons, I believe it was.
It did.
So those are
Yeah.
Boots of Swiftness, and I forget the name of it, but the Iron Golem is a creature,
Yeah.
like a boss in that, that can be summoned.
It did feel more
So,
so that the movie
In
was about
Minecraft
dungeons.
Dungeons, you can create an iron golem with what is it, 4 blocks of iron and a boots of swiftness.
In technicality, Minecraft Dungeons is not necessarily like Minecraft. It's more like a
So it was just a
roguelike
reference to
dungeon. Yes.
Minecraft
Yes.
Dungeons with a thing in Minecraft which doesn't exist in either game in that fashion. It was just a
Well,
reference.
it exists in Minecraft Dungeons, but it does not exist in Minecraft itself. It's
Yeah,
just
I think you're
because
saying
it
you just
has
don't
the.
Right,
build
but
it
in
like
Minecraft
an
Dungeons,
actual
can
game.
you create a swiftness golem in that same fashion? Or do the swiftness golem just exist and the boosters exist and they can summon them some way? Or is that how you summon them, by creating them the same way the kid created them?
In Minecraft Dungeons, it doesn't work exactly like Minecraft itself. I believe
Right.
through having those things exist in the movie, they're simply calling to another MO
Yeah,
from
that's what I'm
Minecraft
saying. It's just a
itself.
reference, and they have created
Mhm.
new things that don't exist in either games in that fashion.
Well, the Boots of Swiftness do exist. The Iron Golem, the Swiftness
But
Golem
they don't
does
exist in that
exist.
fashion. Not in that fashion, though.
Like you can't build the iron golem with the
Correct.
boot iron blocks, right?
I might be remembering it incorrectly. Do they build the actual golem in the movie?
They
Yes.
do.
The
yeah.
Swiftness Golem?
They build the
Okay,
iron
then.
part, and they put the boots
They
on
do,
top, and it morphs into existence, just like if you did a pumpkin head.
In Minecraft Dungeons, you hit a button and a spell gets cast, and poof, there's
Yeah.
a Swiftness
Not a big
Golem.
deal, but a little thing.
Yeah, I feel like the
gotcha.
whole movie was kind of more so towards Minecraft Dungeons than just regular Minecraft.
That's what I was kind of like thinking. It was like this feels like more like not a Minecraft game, more like a Minecraft dungeon. This is I think they should retitle it to a Minecraft movie Dungeons. Because I think
I
that's
guess since
kind of
they said it like a Minecraft movie, since Minecraft Dungeons is a Minecraft game, it could be seen that way. But I think the way they marketed it was more like it was an actual movie about the base game.
See, but that's where I feel like I was very skeptical about the movie. The game itself is not a game that has a plot, objective, or goal. A lot of the lore and story that would make a
Well-
story of the game is shrouded in mystery. Sure, you
Yeah,
have the
it's
music
not
disc
like-
that.
It's not like
Go ahead.
Five Nights at Freddy's. It doesn't have a set
agree.
lore or anything. It's just what we come up with more so.
Exactly. And that's where I was skeptical about the movie itself, because the movie could be anything. It could be literally just people trying to survive and beat an Ender Dragon. In fact, I imagined that the end was going to be a feature in there. And
I
due to the
thought it
fact that
was.
it
I
was
was
not,
disappointed
I
it
imagine
wasn't.
they're going to aim for a sequel with it.
I think that's
imagine
what
if it was a success, they're going to do that.
I think that's
I
what
was
they're gonna do
disappointed.
for the
My
next
problem
one.
with the Minecraft Dungeons parts, because
Yeah, I
I
think so
figured
too.
there was a few of them. Some of the other like the Big Piglin, I guess, was a Minecraft Dungeons things. There's a few.
Correct.
Is they start the movie off with the Java loading screen. So by
That is
canon,
true.
it's literally
It looks
Minecraft
sick.
Java, which is cool. But then they add these other things in. It's like, stick to one. If you're going to do like a what if in another place, don't do the Minecraft Java loading screen. You can do different Minecraft stuff, but don't start off be like, hey, this is Java Minecraft, and then do other weird crap.
Should we start with
Yeah.
the beginning? I guess that's a good starting point with the
I
plot.
think so.
So in the start, like Jack Black is like, I yearn for the mines. Why does he want to go to a mining? I guess the kid, like, why
The
why
kids
does
yearn for the mines.
why does the kid want to go to the mines?
Children
What's
yearn for the
what's
mines.
what's the back?
It's the
what's-
meme.
Why does he
I
want to go
honestly
to the
think that's
mine?
what it was. Just the meme.
The kids yearn for the mines.
That's like what's a good that's like a kid that's like, I want to be a soldier, but we don't get any further explanations to it. He has a gun and he wants to go into battle, and the guy is like, no, and he scrams him off.
Yeah. One more thing I do want to say before we like get into the actual parts of the movie is I don't understand why. This could just be me. But I don't get why people are like, oh, it was basically just Jack Black being himself the whole movie. He didn't actually act as Steve. There is no like character for Steve. We are Steve. It's literally
He
just
doesn't talk.
Steve's story is just completely based on how you play yourself. Essentially, I mean, we don't
I
use your
feel-
skin much, but
I feel like all the characters. I don't mind the Jumanji plot. You know, I think they could have changed stuff to make it better. Honestly, kids being thrown in a Minecraft game, fine. But I feel like all the main characters' backstories were so surface level. Jack Black is like, oh, I have a crappy job, and oh yeah, I went to these mines, and now I'm in a video game world, and my dog. So surface level. Um, Honestly, the only character with a little bit of depth is Garbage Man. His at least has a little bit of like, hey, I'm going through financial trouble, my business is failing, I'm trying to come up with something.
Well, I mean,
I'm kind
the
of
kid
evil, and
too.
I have an arc. The kid
The
is,
kids
oh, I
did get a
got
little
bullied
story.
because I built a rocket. It's like the dumbest
Yeah,
backstory
that's
ever.
no, 'cause-
that's
no,
literally
no,
what
no,
The
all
no,
it
girl
no.
is.
is,
One.
I'm 18, but I look 12, and I have to take care of my
Yeah,
son.
but if
Like all of their backstories
It
are
wasn't her
like
son; it was her brother.
right. I take
Their
care of him
mom
as a
died.
son.
That was their
'cause-
whole story.
if they expanded that story, it
So
would be
just so like
Movie would have been
it
really
would be
Okay,
a
popular.
Minecraft
okay,
if it
story.
was
everyone,
TV.
calm down. Stop. All right, Lava,
It wouldn't
go
be a
ahead and go
Minecraft
first.
story anymore.
all of the backstories are very bland
Okay.
with like nothing to them except for Garbage Man, and his is literally like one drop of like pepper on it, and that's the only spice there is. So that's my thing is like they could have flushed. Like I get it, you have a 2-hour movie, it's going to be a short 2 hours because it's a kid movie, and you have to delve into a lot of backstories and get through stuff quick. But you can go into their backstories and make them a little bit more so without just making them bland and boring and just almost dumb. You know, like you didn't have to make Garbage Man so incredibly just annoying. You didn't have to make Steve just brain dead. You didn't have to make the kid the typical I got bullied, so therefore, you know, it's like add a little bit more to him, and without actually taking up more time, and I think it would have been a lot better.
I agree with
I-
that.
I don't think
I
that
partially disagree.
controversial take. I don't think that's all necessary in a kids movie.
I would
Yeah, I
disagree
agree.
with you, Lava, for the sake of, in terms of outside the movie, it's a video game. These people have mundane, average lives that are very easily summed up and very easily ignored. To them, the game is where it would be all of the creativity, the beauty, and the meat of everything. I found myself even, I play games and I go to work and I think about a game, right? Like, so the game is bigger than their lives in some small pseudo regard.
But they
So
don't
the fact that
showcase
it doesn't
that way.
draw attention to it makes it to be that they're so invested and involved in Minecraft itself.
Have you ever seen the movie Bridge to Terabithia or read the book? They do a good job of showcasing school to be boring or not good, and then bringing it back to their fantasy world they're creating and making that so much bigger and better. They showcase little clips of the school of just normal life, and but it's rough or hard and it's difficult. Such as like when he's at home, his dad, he's the only boy. The family's dad makes him do a lot of chores. When he's at school, he's not doing well on tests and stuff. Life is hard, it's rough. So when he goes to his magical world, it's nice because he's in charge, everything's good. It's an easy way to showcase from boring to good without making it like crap.
I understand, and I will probably end up reading or watching something of the such.
I feel like
because
just the
I
way they wrote
like
the
idea of it.
backstories was very lazy writing.
And I do agree to some regard. I mean, it's very, very cliche. Hey, here's smart kid who's now bullied. Hey, here's like responsible young girl who's pulling herself up by bootstraps. Like it's very cliche to some regard on each character.
Yeah.
I will say, at least for me, when I was watching the movie, from the beginning, I went in thinking I don't really care about these characters, even if they do have a good plot line. It's more about the references and about the Minecraft and all that. I don't really care about characters who have nothing to do with Minecraft per se.
I think the refer the storyline just seemed very boring when I was watching it because I feel like a lot of it was like we're being over explained instead of like just them having to discover it in some sort of fashion. I mean, they kind of do, but not to an extent where they discover it on their own. Uh, Almost everything had been explained by Jack Black when they but apart that from the portal, it's like how did no one discover this weird portal that just happened to be in there for quite some time in this mine facility that that Jack Black went into? like this went unnoticed
Because the
for
old man kept everyone out. No one got to go in the mines.
well, okay, but like you think the government would have like
Dude, if I was the
someone
government, I'd
some
stay away from that
employee
creepy old
okay,
man.
okay,
I
but
think
like
he's
Whoa, whoa.
immortal. Jack Black got older, and the old man didn't get older. He's a wizard.
Whoa,
okay,
whoa,
but
I
like
think you guys are
who
forgetting something. He's Jack Black.
Maybe he's
Full
hero
stop.
then. I don't know.
I will partially say with the old man at least, it does bring up questions for the sake of the old man was shooing everyone away. The mining site looked apparently abandoned. The old man was old as heck, and given the fact that Jack Black did not age through the time that he was in the portal, there does draw some form of question about was the old man
I think he aged because
guarding
his
it. And
beard goes from mostly brown to kind of whitish later.
well, the crystal itself was very easily found, right? The portal itself was very easily found. If a child, or rather an adult, could
We don't
easily
know
walk
how
through a
long he
mine.
was mining for it. Did a quick montage. It seems like he found it within minutes, but Jack Black could have been, or Steve could have been mining for years, not mining until he found it. So that's unclear.
Granted, though, there was no clear definitive show of aging though either. There was no like, oh, now he has
Yeah, but if
patches
you
of
go
gray in
mining
his
for a
beard.
year or two, you're not going to show a lot of aging in just 1 or 2 years. But 1 or 2 years mining is a long time.
Nor what did he have wear? Like his hands didn't seem.
he seemed
more
clean.
thick.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
He
He's
seemed
Jack Black.
clean.
Yeah,
He's-
exactly.
What is that supposed to mean?
That might just be bad writing, but it's
What-
not like if you want to make an argument because they didn't showcase his worn down hands, therefore it was really quick. That's a bad argument. It's not clear whether it was short or long or what. It obviously would have been like under 5 years because at that point he would have shown a lot of form of aging. But 5 years or 2 years versus a couple weeks of mining, and if he's doing straight mining, nothing else, that's a lot more than like a normal job.
What-
So it's not very clear on how long he took him to find the crystal.
But well, it seemed like he just walked in there, whacked away one time, and then he struck gold.
Yeah, it did seem
Granted-
like that, but I
He's
think
Jack
that
Black.
was just more of a montage.
That's
type
like
thing.
saying like this is the Rock. This is Dwayne Rock Johnson. He doesn't get beat up.
Hey, that's The Rock.
Granted,
Yeah, that's the Rock.
I will say movies have a tendency to oversimplify elements just so that they're clear and not misunderstood. So if the movie wanted to indicate that it has been ages, they would end up putting things such as now his shirt is worn, right? Now his hands are gone. Now his pickaxe is breaking. They would give pseudo indicators that there has been a passage of time simply to allow the audience to draw their own illusions if
Not
they
always.
notice that.
They might just be
Not always.
bad directors not realize that. Like
Exactly.
the movie has shown they've already left out other things and had other issues. So if they're having issues in other areas of the movie, why would this be a case where they don't have issues?
I actually think
And granted,
the-
you
I think
Go
the
ahead.
cast was the people that were doing the directing, from what I've heard. Like Jack Black was really big on the directing part of the movie.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does. If that is the truth, that does explain a decent bit of what happened.
I want to mention, I think the biggest thing for me is the plot. Is that okay, Rogue?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So the overall story of the plot, or the moral, or whatever, is be creative even when it's hard. That's like even though creativity is more work, it's better than being destructive, which is quick and easy and it brings you more joy or whatever. That's the overall plot. But then they don't show any creativity in the game. The one creativity thing the kid does is the first thing he does is he makes a gun. He makes a gun.
Okay, hang on.
It's like,
I kind of
what?
like. I
What
kind of
could be
like
more
the thought
creative?
launcher, though.
It's like,
It
so
was a
be
cool
creative,
concept.
but you can't actually do that creativity in Minecraft. And then he makes bucket chucks, which is like, I get it's a throwaway gag, whatever.
Yeah.
And then like besides like the end scene where they make a bunch of iron golems, they don't literally they try and build a boat by throwing a single block in the thing. They show that the characters can't be creative. Some of them don't know
I
how.
mean, that could be explained with like.
So if the
they don't
moral of the
understand
story
how that world
is be
works.
creative and don't be as destructive, show your characters throughout the movie doing a couple things to overcome issues by being creative, and then it would have been better at the end with the evil pig lady, because her thing was like, I want to be creative, and my dad
That
didn't
was
let
so
me
funny.
dance. And then she just dies. It would have been better if they defeat her and she's trying to kill him, and the main kid befriends her and is like, figures out a way to let her be creative, wins her through creativity, and shows that creativity is a better way than being destructive.
Oh, and
That
then
simple
he kills
change-
her.
Well, I mean, she doesn't have to die. She goes back to the Piglin world, and the Piglin overworld become friends by building a bridge and being creative together. And they could end it with like the end is invading now or something. Some little hint about the end maybe destroying the world.
That would be
Yeah.
sick.
Right? Wouldn't that be sick? Or maybe a hint to like Steve's glitching out and his eyes are turned white. Maybe something's taking him over a Herobrine movie. You know, there have been so many different ways they could have done it with while showcasing the creativity. They don't show creativity through the movie. Like maybe one or two little scenes, but I feel like if the message is creativity, they should have showcased it more.
Oh, 100%.
That's valid.
I feel like there
What do you
wasn't
guys think of,
anything at stake in this movie.
Yeah, there really wasn't.
Like
other than,
everything just seems
Other than,
to
like, their
be
lives.
given.
The whole
Well,
premise
no,
was
not
their
even their lives. Everything, like even if so, they seem to manage to just happen to just find a way. None of them seem
Oh
to
yeah,
be.
I have a bunch of diamonds, guys.
It's like
Oh, yeah, and Steve out of nowhere kills like 20 zombies. Last
the-
second.
Plot armor too, like in the cave scene.
Yeah, how did
where there's
Yeah,
like
the
tons of
cave
There's
scene.
creepers.
Spider jockeys
Hectons.
chasing them,
It-
and they die because one of the spider jockeys shoots a fire arrow, which they all run into and instantly die.
I-
Wait, why do you have to
all-
hit a creeper for it to explode in this movie?
Yeah,
That's
that
my
didn't
question.
Make sense.
Why do spider jockeys die from their own single arrow? Imagine if you're Minecraft and you have like 10 spider jockeys coming after you. One of them shoots an arrow at you, misses you, and they all run to the arrow and they all burst into flames.
Well, here's another
Like,
thing.
what?
Here's another thing.
Characters
Jason-
didn't fight them off at all.
When Jason Momoa gets lost with a group, and he finds
Yeah,
like
he
a
got
hole,
blown up.
and then he's
Or
like
that-
digging a
How'd he
hole.
survive?
Meanwhile, he has like 5 skeletons or so shooting at him, and not one seems to hit.
Yeah, that's not accurate.
that's
to
'cause
my
they were
knowledge.
Stormtrooper as
playing on-
skeletons.
On an
Murder.
older version before they updated the skeletons.
They had to have been.
Okay, so
Oh.
what? So
Oh
what
yeah, it was like a
version
mix between
of
newer and older
Minecraft are
versions.
we on?
But there were lanterns and chains though.
Those are
I
just
didn't see
Sure,
no
let's do it.
cooldown between their hits.
Mods
mods. Those are just
would
mods.
explain the talent launcher too.
Or you know when the scene when he comes in with the gas thing and saves the kid, even though the gas things are shown to be
Yeah,
really
that
slow, so in the middle of it fast. So
My
he
question
still
is-
it never showcased him losing the Elytra. Imagine if that scene was just changed to him swooping with the Elytra and going, "Hey, I still have my Elytra, and I just use that to save myself." That simple change would have been a lot better and showcased the Elytra better versus a stupid gas balloon.
Well, yeah,
Well-
but my issue was like he claims he used the water bucket trick Steve used, but he got blown up. How would he have used the water bucket trick if he just
Yeah.
got blown up? That doesn't make any sense.
How you trifected
Well,
it?
Well,
in
we have to
Minecraft,
assume
water
he's blown
does
up
save you
and
from
fell.
explosions.
We have to no.
Would have had
That's
been
not
soaked
what
in it
He
though.
still take damage, just not block damage. We have to assume
Oh,
they
wait,
didn't
I'm thinking
fully kill him
TNT
and he
cannons.
fell. We have to assume that he didn't die and he fell and used the water bucket to not die. But if they
That was
just
a
changed the
big
scene to like, if
explosion
I
to
had
not
an
die.
Elytra, of course I saved myself. That would have been fine with that.
Yeah.
Oh, and then when Steve does the water bucket thing, he throws it like 100 blocks in front of him. He chucks it down.
Yeah, that's not how.
There
that
are
works.
multiple. There are multiple
I wish I
instances
could
of
do that.
They
people
must have
having
done-
like 100-block reach.
They got long
Right.
arms, I
Yeah,
guess.
Again, mods.
Steve throws a block
Mods.
to the
He's free
sign.
camp.
The lady
Free.
throws a block into the water. Steve mines blocks from extreme distances. Like I tried to record every instance I
It
saw
shows
of
him
it, and I
building
was in
like
the range of
literally
15
a mile
plus.
away. He's like building his castle like a mile away, and it's like, what? He must have
Yeah,
the
that
crab
was
arm.
cool.
Oh yeah, why'd he make his build with logs? He quickly in like a minute like chopped down 2 trees and they had enough logs to build a castle
Yeah,
just
that's
out of
the whole
logs.
trick.
Logs instead of planks bugs me so much. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
dude, turn it into planks, man.
You get
You don't need a
What are you
crafting table
doing?
for that.
Okay, so so we kind of got to the beginning part. We kind of like going in some areas. Is there? I guess one thing I want to take note is the cave scene where Jason, Henry, and Jack Black.
Oh, the quote unquote
So-
creeper farm.
Yeah, so the creeper farm. So
Oh.
they get onto their cart because the enemy is after them, and they get into this. Jackpot has laid out this redstone system up until this creeper farm, which is just a giant dark cave.
No
every
mob-
kid's
But
first
no
no,
creeper
mob-
farm.
hold on.
No.
Let me finish. There is no torches. There is not even for the redstone track. And
Yeah,
and
how do you
then
make
and
a
then
redstone track of that and not power it?
yes, so it's like why do you, so you
Wait,
have all the
the-
redstone.
Next
The
to
Minecraft
the
had
track.
redstone torches.
Yeah, I had redstone torches.
Yeah, I saw those.
Up to
Except
the
in one
cave
part that was
system,
very
up
important.
to that one
It was
part.
powered.
No, they had tons. They had plenty of redstone torches for
I
the
thought it was
minecart.
powered. I thought they did their job on
Yeah.
that.
They did. Yeah, they did great. They had a bunch of redstone torches. I took notes on that.
I just don't see why anyone in their right mind would have a minecart.
Okay, but why
track
would
through
you
your
why would you
creeper
have a
farm.
dark creeper farm?
Yeah,
Well, you
it's
need
really
to do that
stupid.
in this farm.
Well, my problem
Well,
with the
Yeah,
two
creeper
things
but
with
why,
farm
how did
is
there's no like
mechanically it should have
spawner?
all the mobs. So
Yeah, there was
Two
no like
things about the creeper
spawner.
farm. He had stated that it was a broken creeper farm that he had been meaning to fix, and also
But there should be other
The fact
mobs as
that-
well.
broken because like he
That's-
can't
that's the second
utilize it
thing
really
is-
well.
that if he made a creeper farm in the nearby area, creepers would be spawning outside of it. So would any other mob, because if you set up an area for creepers to spawn, they'll spawn in that area. But you have to set up the areas around the farm to not spawn things, because that'll reduce the entity cap around it. If you don't do so, that was impossible because it's only spawning creatures in this one section of the cave system.
Wait, yeah, but
And it
it's Jack Black.
It should have other creatures.
that doesn't
there,
mean
just
it
as
ain't-
those creepers.
the most effective farms ever because he's Jack Black.
He's my goat.
One thing I did like was I
Because
know
he's
they
Jack Black.
changed it, but I really like the idea of the redstone mountains, where it's like this mountain that has more redstones. I know that's not in Minecraft, but I thought that was I like that. I thought that was kind of cool that
That
these
is
different-
cool.
Some of these places were a little more special. And, you know, I understand that the movie's not going to be a one-to-one perfect thing to the game, and I'm fine with that if they change things. And having something iconic like redstone be in the mountains, I thought that was a good change.
Again, I feel like they drew a lot of connections to Minecraft Dungeons. A lot of their world building, item building, design was in direction from Minecraft Dungeons.
Well, I think they pulled from Minecraft Dungeons, Minecraft. What is it? The RTS one, Legends. I think they pulled stuff from all three games, as far as what people have told me. I haven't played the two games. From what I've seen, is they pulled stuff from all three.
I do agree.
Because
Does
think
seem
about when
like
they started
that.
making this game, Dungeons was
Yeah,
still a lot more
absolutely.
popular. Legends had just came out. They wanted to make a movie that promotes all of their things and markets all
Okay.
of them. Obviously,
just wanna-
Legends died off, and by the time the movie came out, it's not popular anymore. But when you start, you start. You know.
I will say, Redstone Mountain. I think that's another reference to Dungeons because in Dungeons there's redstone mines where illagers excavate from a redstone mountain. So I think that's another
That's where I was
reference.
drawing. That's where I was drawing my argument.
Whether it was a reference or not, I still think it was a cool thing. I like.
Oh
it.
yeah, it's sick.
Let's go to I guess Jackpot when he gets into the portal. I think he did it. I could be wrong, but like he just happens to just punch the tree, and then he just knows that he could just do all these things simultaneously.
Well, he is
Yeah,
Jack
but that's-
Black.
that's-
Okay, is that your only argument?
Yes, because
You-
no other argument
you watched the
needed.
tutorials.
He's Jack Black. You know, he
Y-
started a Minecraft
whatever-
channel like 5 years ago.
Played with
Okay.
PewDiePie, right?
Yeah, he played with PewDiePie.
Yeah. I
PewDiePie.
mean, whenever I walk through mysterious portals from a cave that I yearned to be in, the first thing I do typically is start punching everything I see, including trees.
It's common
So-
sense.
It's common.
Exactly. Especially common sense for a legend such as Jack Black.
Thank you.
Oh,
I think that was sarcasm there,
Um,
Stardew.
What? Nah,
no.
it's Jack
I
Black.
do want to pull another bits of continuity errors, such as whenever they I forget the lady's name. The lady who had the mobile zoo. Whenever she had tamed Jack Black's already tamed dog, whenever the
Oh,
party was
yeah.
knocked out, and they came back to inside of a well-made mushroom house. In order to make the mushroom house, they had to have enchanted items
I
with
think
silk
that was
touch.
supposed to be like a
Right.
reference to Stampy's Mushroom House.
My
in This
issue
Lovely
is the
World.
mushroom house on the inside was still like the red and white. And if you ever go inside of a mushroom or do blocks, it becomes that kind of light skin peachy color. The other side of
Tan.
mushroom blocks when you dig out is a different color, unless you go in creative mode and do special things. So that was a flaw.
Another thing being the bows were all shooting flaming arrows, and none of them had an enchantment tint.
Yes, they were. They were shining with
Uh,
enchantment. You could see it.
Oh, I didn't see it whenever I was watching. That must
Oh,
have been my bad then.
Yeah, I pointed out. My friend pointed it out to me when I said the same thing during the movie. I whispered it to him, and he was like, "Dumbass, look at the shine there." I was like, "Oh."
Remember, you can turn the glint
dispensers?
down on the current version, so that they just have the Minecraft enchantment glint down all the way.
So they got it on hard
Seriously?
difficulty.
I just
just
thought you could
adjust
the
fix the
settings.
X to change it.
What time zone is
Uh,
this in? Like in the real life, because it's very unclear.
Like, you mean what, like cities they go to and stuff?
No, like what time, like what year is it? Because there's tons of like 80s nostalgia stuff and it's like everywhere 80s stuff. But then, for example, in the front of her car, there was Chobani Flip, which is started in 2013, and she worked for them. She said, and did their social medias. So it's
I
like, is this
think
just a town stuck in the 80s?
I think this
I
is
think
like a
originally
world
Garbage
that
Man
Minecraft
is-
does not exist. Jeb died and Notch became a drug addict.
Well, I think originally it's in the
What?
80s with Garbage Man, but then he progresses forward, and it's like in a backwards, it's like 20 years later, so it'd be like 2010s.
Okay,
But I
okay.
don't quote me on that. I'm just guessing off the top of my head from what I got from the hills from the movie. But if you've ever gone to like small towns, like we have one near Greenville that I have relatives that live in, or you go back to my hometown, it's
Yeah.
old small towns literally are like 20 years in the past.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Like that's how some small towns are. It's like they are just not caught up by a decade or two. So that's fine. Not a big deal to me. It's a little played on the top, but
Okay, thank you.
A few other continuity errors. I'm going to list a hell of a lot of these. Dispensers shoot cacti. Elytras means beating the Ender Dragon and exploring the end. Steve
They-
places a slime block, jumps
I
on it,
heard-
and flies.
I heard a fix for the Elytra thing, and this is a stretch, but they said it's possible to get the Elytra if someone else has already got them. So maybe someone else
The
had
old
a
man.
storage
Yeah, I was about
and,
to
had
say.
them, and he got them from him.
Oh,
And I'm like, you know
man.
what? I'll give it to him. It's a stretch, but I'll give it to him. So that continuity error isn't an error to me anymore. If Steve got them from someone else, and with the Alex reference or something, maybe someone else was in the world with him for a bit, or you found someone's old stash. It's a stretch, but I'll give it to him.
Also, I have personal taste on the armor and weapons. Steve, A, is the only one who actually wears the armor. B, all of the armor and tools look very disproportionate. Like,
I was
the
gonna
chestplate
say,
was gargantuan. The helmet, tiny. Sword,
Why did they
looked
change
all sorts of
tools
weird.
and items and weapons to fit the characters better, be more realistic? But then the armor, they're like, we're gonna make this crap as blocky as we can.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Why
it's
did
one
the
thing.
armor-
Yeah, it's one thing to get like the accuracy of like all the gear and stuff, but like to make it like huge and like it's like
they-
it just,
just the sword alone, they updated the sword to look better, cooler, and different. There's different reasons for that, but one of them is probably marketing. They can sell more items of that, whatever. But whatever, they made the swords and tools look different, which I'm fine with, whatever. But then the armor is literally just the same armor in the game. It doesn't fit him at all.
Not only that, but he's the only one who wears armor. None of the other players or characters wear armor besides him in that one scene.
Dude, I'm guessing that
Well,
armor cost them
he's Jack
so
Black.
much to make. I'm telling you,
Well,
the armor is probably the
Yeah,
most
I wanna see my
expensive.
You
armor.
crap
saw
they
how many
made.
diamonds he had?
No, I'm like in real life. That armor is probably like thousands of dollars. to make for them.
I think you're
It's-
low
that's
balling
garbage.
here.
That's too meta for Minecraft.
You know they paid
Breaking the
someone
fourth wall
tons
for
of
it.
money to make that piece of crap.
And it lasted so so little, or so
And he
little
doesn't
amount
have
of time.
pants.
in
He
the
didn't
movie.
make pants. Why didn't he make
I love how
didn't.
pants?
rushed by it was that Jason Momoa wanted to leave the kid's sister to die. Like it's just like they mentioned it once and just never again.
Yeah, I did put that down. It's like it's like, well, screw your sister, and then we
'cause
never bothered to take a look
Wasn't
at
the
it.
kid's name Henry?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then Jason Momoa kept calling him
Hank.
Hank. I thought that was weird. I asked my wife, and she actually said that Hank is a shortened version of Henry, and it's common for people to use that. And I was like, oh, I didn't know.
I didn't know that either.
I had no clue
So
that's
that's
that
not
either.
an issue. Apparently, Hank is it's like calling someone that's like Robert Bob.
I
Hank
Sounds
figured
like
and
a
was just a
Henry are the same thing.
Midwestern thing.
I figured as a callback to the entrance of the movie where it shows the Garbage Man playing in championships where you're supposed to be a duo and he's doing it by himself, putting
I thought
Callback
it's just
to
the
his
whole, like,
being a
Real?
lone
I
wolf
didn't realize
character.
that.
and
I
not
thought,
even.
I thought it was like he can't remember his name, so he just makes up a name for him and calls him that. Like
Yeah, that's
like a
what I
lot of
thought too.
assholes do. But
My
which
idea was the
might-
character being such a lone
Hey,
wolf
hey.
that he doesn't even take the time to learn other people's
yeah,
names.
which is what I
Look,
thought.
Luffy does that, and he's no asshole. You ever seen One Piece? I mean, come on, let's not.
Fair enough, fair enough. He just forgets the names, whatever.
Different
which,
cliches,
which
though.
may or
There's
may not be
different
true,
tropes.
but based on my wife's information, it may be that he cares because he's like, "You're my one friend" and stuff with Henry later. So obviously, he built a connection with him, and maybe he just does it as a cool nickname.
Connections build over time. At the very start, I drew
Yeah,
associations to him being lone wolf characteristics and having mildly rude afflections towards it.
So, what was everyone's thought? I think a couple people have kind of mentioned it already, but the villager side story.
oh,
Hated
the
goated.
nitwit. I like that it was a nitwit because not many people are going to understand the green. The
Yeah, I
green
like this.
cloak is the jobless guys, and they're kind of supposed to be like dumber.
The principal looked
And-
like a reject Rosie O'Donnell.
I didn't like a lot of the actors and stuff, but I thought for what the movie was, that was a pretty good scene. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I'm willing to suspend disbelief on the things they messed up on it because it was a good little bit. I thought it was something that like it wasn't surface level. It was like something you like they actually took like a second to figure it out and make it. So I liked it. I was enjoyable.
It makes me interested to see if they noticed the characters are cubic. Nobody drew any qualms with a cubic wolf running around for a couple of years. Nobody drew qualms with a cubic man taking a woman to a date. Nobody drew any. That was entirely normal. So
I
I'm
will
curious
say
if
at
they
the
even
end-
Yeah, no,
noticed.
no,
At the end
news
with the
media.
zoo lady, he was kind of like her main attraction at the.
No.
at her zoo
Before
thing.
that, whenever the wolf escaped through the portal,
Honestly, in
and
our
was
modern
running
day,
around
if
in the
someone
overworld
was dressed
or
as like,
real
let's say
world.
you see two cat people and they're at like a table and they're licking bowls out like a cat, you'd just be like, oh, it's one of those weird woke people or something, you know? You'd be like, whatever, move on. So like,
But you
you
don't-
know, tomato.
You don't see like a 2 meter long
just
cubic
assume that
wolf
they're-
acting perfectly as a wolf for like years in your
That's just
hometown.
a
and you're
Yeah,
like,
that's
"How
another
about
You
thing.
ignore
I
him.
would just
That's
assume it's one of
Steve.
the politicians.
Maybe they didn't know.
I would just assume it's a politician.
It's just a furry. Don't worry about it.
No one. There was no like town rumor about like of a very blocky like wolf wandering around this town.
To be fair, you see that, who's gonna believe you?
It's the Bigfoot of the town.
Yeah, this. I mean, like it'd be like Bigfoot. You think? Could have like a cult.
Everybody blows it off. They're trying to make a new
Yeah,
Euclid.
sure, buddy.
The let's talk about the battle. The I named
Which
it
one?
the battle of the overworld. The final act.
With all like the iron
Ooh,
golems
skipping
and stuff.
ahead.
I'm not skipping ahead.
I believe that's yeah.
I mean, we kind of been jumping all over the place, so we might as well.
No, I wasn't.
Let me get up paint because I need to. I'm gonna draw a bigger picture here. So let me share my screen for this.
You're stealing my ideas. I'm gonna go ahead and put the "This is better than Rogue" setup back on my screen.
Which battle? Wasn't there multiple battles?
Well, okay, I'm talking about the big one, the main one.
The one at the end with all the iron golems?
I guess we could start with the first one if you want to do that.
Honestly, I don't even remember any of the battles very
Okay,
well. They were
okay. So we'll start. So this square that I am drawing. Oh, hold on. Okay. So this square, this is like the whole town square. So bear with me. So we got some buildings right over here, and then right here.
Gorgeous.
We're assume this is the chicken shop. This is the hot lava chicken majiggy. We can
Petition to stop for a second. To everybody sing the song.
no.
Petition denied.
I'm good.
La 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 lava. The door.
Petition to let him sing it and feel embarrassed as we all judge him and boo him.
Deal.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
La 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 lava.
Boo.
Chicken. Steve's lava chicken. Yeah, you're bringing that bell. Ooh, mama sees it. I don't know the words.
You remember it better than I do. God dang.
What I do with all my friends posting it for like a week and a half.
I did not think I was going to enjoy it. That is the one song I was like, that's all right.
I was
Pretty
kind of
good.
confused when Jack Black went into like a musical. I was like,
Am I
what
being punked? What's going on here?
is this a movie
I
or
was a bit
are we
confused
doing a
too.
musical? Musical
Before I
section.
went in, I had like
I thought I was watching the Wicked.
8 people told me it was a musical, and I did not believe them. And he started singing, and I was like, "Is it gonna be a continued? Are they gonna keep singing?" And I was really worried for a bit. But they
It's
did
like
not.
you might as well have like him do like a sonnet in the beginning where he wishes to year in the mines.
I would have
Yeah.
loved that.
Well, I bet you would.
I would immediately been like, "It's a musical." I don't know why I signed up for a musical. I would have
I
been so
feel like the
convinced.
songs were just thrown in to have a song. There wasn't a neater purpose for them.
I feel like that was A,
Yeah,
Jack
but it-
Black doing
I
his
think
own
that was a
thing,
Jack
and
Black.
B, marketing.
Yeah.
And B, marketing.
So Disney has a formula for when they do songs, and I don't know exactly, but from what I've read and heard, is whenever you can't express something vocally, they go into song. So when something becomes so emotional or big or something so part of you that you can't just talk about it, they then turn it into a song. Is kind
Yeah,
of
the
like
chicken. I
formula.
mean, I think that's a
I
pretty
agree.
good time for
Automatic
someone.
chicken farms are so great.
I love
that
those.
You cannot convey them through simple speech.
It's not
I'm sorry,
quite
he's
that,
right.
but it's
No, I'm
just like, okay, a chicken farm, cool. And first off, the chicken farm doesn't even work right, so
Yeah, no, it does not.
Well,
That-
Yeah,
how
but I
so,
mean-
Lava? Can you elaborate?
well, the lava hits the chicken. It literally the lava falls on the chicken square.
Even if they had it be a half slab, the chicken. So if it
No,
was a
they
half
show
slab, the
in it,
chicken would have
The,
survived.
the lava goes down and falls. There's lava,
The
a
item would have
lava
been destroyed.
mound on the chicken. It should just be
Yeah, and they
dead
have
gone.
hoppers underneath to grab the cooked chicken.
The chicken would have instantly spawned inside the lava and instantly been destroyed, though.
Yeah,
If there was a half slab and the chicken was on the half slab, the lava would have come down, a full grown chicken would have been burnt, the item would have spawned in the upper part of the half slab and then been picked up by the hopper.
Ah,
Because the lava hit the chicken in its block, the entity spawned in the lava and was destroyed. So
There you go.
I saw the trailer, knew it wasn't going to be like a real chicken farm in theory.
they actually have in Minecraft Bedrock. You can download like a plugin that gives you the movie chicken thing. 'Cause
actually,
you can't build it normally. You can actually pay a couple $, and get like a world
to
pack
pay?
well,
What?
yeah, you have to pay for everything in Bedrock. That gives
have to
you
pay?
that
That's
chicken
stupid.
building to make a chicken thing from the movie because you can't build a normal Minecraft.
I'm
So
curious about this.
there's
now.
a mod that gives you it now.
I'm curious about this because if they build it exactly how it was in the movie, how upsetting that will be for people who buy
It
it
wouldn't look
and then it doesn't work, and they're sitting there like, what?
Well, it's a mod,
$10
so
for
it
this.
works how it does in the movie, not in the game. So
I
it's-
hate that even more that they break the laws just so that your
Oh, they do that
microtransactions.
Break
all the
the
time in
laws.
for Bedrock.
They break the laws, yeah.
I love that. I love that explanation of Minecraft mods. They break the laws.
They do, and they should be in jail for it. Minecraft jail.
They should be in the lava chicken farm.
Oh my!
Good lord.
I believe
That's
someone.
the next microtransaction.
That's
All right.
brutal.
I believe someone did like a live experiment where they cooked chicken with actual lava, molten lava.
How'd that turn out?
It cooked.
There's
It had-
heat.
Let me ask you guys something. When you kill a piglin, what do they drop?
Nuggets, right?
Zombified
nuggets?
piglin or normal piglin?
yeah, that's a
Piglin,
good question.
normal piglin.
Oh, and
Not a zombie
oh, no.
piglin, a normal piglin. They drop a few different things, ranging from like a bucket of water to gold to things or this and that. No, that's the gold bars. I believe they drop nothing, right?
As far as I'm aware, it's just
Um,
experience. Yeah.
Yeah,
In the movie, they dropped a cook steak.
Yeah.
or
Oh,
pork
yeah.
chop or whatever. It's
cooked
cooked
pork
meat.
chop.
Oh yeah, I
It
saw
was
that.
cooked meat. It's like, first off, they don't do
Fun.
that. If you want to
I
do
mean,
zombified
more
piglins, they
realistic.
drop rotten flesh, which is different.
Rotten flesh and
But
golden
every
nuggets, yeah.
single one that was getting killed was dropping a big chunk of meat, and it was like cooked.
I'm gonna cry from how different it is in the newer versions from the old, because I'm still an old head remembering when zombified piglins dropped the gold nuggets.
Here's the
Zombified
still-
piglins do drop
they
gold.
still do
Or
that?
had they changed that?
Oh, I thought we were just talking about. I'm just
They
confused.
changed
Am I?
it so
Ignore me.
you have to physically attack them to get them now. I think.
I thought that
In
was
the
the
newest
case
update.
anyway.
for the
Okay.
for
If an
which.
entity
No, you
dies
could-
of natural causes, they don't have material drops.
Right, but you
No,
can't
I
do
mean,
like
in the old game they
the
used to.
AFK farm. You can't do like the AFK farm where they just run in an entity cram and die. You have to actually do damage to them yourself to get the nuggets now. That's a recent change.
I did
Aw.
not know that.
Because they've always
I've just been-
it's been declared as a bug, and it's been declared as a bug for a long time, and they've tried a few different times to try and fix it to no avail. It's just like the fishing farm. The AFK fishing is technically a bug, and they're constantly trying to fix that, and they always figure out a way to overcome it.
They're
That
never
farm's
gonna
just so
stop the
dope, though.
community
Yeah.
from.
They'll keep
Farm's
trying,
awesome.
though,
They'll
I'll
always
put
be
a
a way.
mod in to make it back how it was.
right?
It would have been amazing is if they did a montage of preparing for it and it was just like 6 years past as they sit there AFK fishing. You know?
They got a
Then
ton of
come back and
enchantments.
they're ready to go. Yeah. One tap all the zombies.
I forgot to mention this. So whenever the group, the first, not with the exception of Jackpot before they discovered him, when they went to the portal, they're confused, and then it switched to nighttime, and then they're being chased. Some of the group is split off, and then you get to the scene where like Jason's getting chased, and then you get the zombies who are like the zombies go over to the sheep, and then like they tear it to shreds. I don't know
Yeah,
if
why are
anyone
they
knows.
killing sheep?
Yeah, why do they kill the sheep? they
I,
don't
I
kill.
noticed that
The
too.
pink sheep. Too rare.
Yes,
Too beautiful.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. I noticed that.
I was kind
All
of
sheep were
confused
pink.
by that. I was like, why that doesn't?
That must be another Dungeons thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Has anyone?
Also,
Did anyone
all-
notice?
There's a. Go for it.
Sorry, no, yeah, you go.
All the skeletons that spawned were also spider skeletons. I don't know if they have rare monster spawns that were increased, but that's I'll go ahead started.
I mean, that is possible.
Dude, they got
Yeah, I mean, it
the
just-
1
it-
in a million seed.
1 in 10
Yeah,
million
one
trillion.
one in a trillion. He got the dream RNG.
The next,
But no, I
the next
agree with
Easter
you,
egg that no one
was
saw.
dumb. That was dumb.
So basically, Jack Black at the end of the movie called himself Papa Steve. But the meme was Daddy Steve. They missed so hard on that one. Yeah, but the meme everyone was talking about was Daddy Steve, and they
Did
called
they do
him
an
Papa
all man
Steve.
meme?
Did they?
I don't know. Did they?
I didn't hear. Oh my gosh, they didn't have any C418 music until the very end when they did an instrumental thing in the background of the like ending of like the ending thing.
I thought
But
there was
there
a
was
big
no
issue
other
between them
418.
and Warner Brothers with that.
Oh, was there?
Correct
But,
me if I'm wrong.
I believe they were
Did-
they copyright Warner Bros. Copyright some Minecraft music from some certain creators that were using it. I could be
I
wrong by
know
that,
that-
but
I know that Pigstep is both a newer creation for Minecraft, but I'm pretty sure the creator of it. This is entirely speculation. I'm pretty sure the creator of it, I believe it was Lana Rains.
yeah.
She probably
think the
could have
first one
made a
is
deal
not
with them
it.
just to put it in there.
Yeah, I don't think the first one was it, bro.
Do what?
she's a P-star.
She's what?
What?
Nothing. Continue.
I'm either A, too innocent, or B, too deaf.
Too innocent.
Understood.
Too innocent.
Oh no, I misspoke. What's the name of the lady who made Pigstep?
I'm pretty sure it was Lena. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know her last name.
I don't
but,
know what we're
I
talking
know
about,
that there's a
so-
separate actor with a similar-ish name.
Yeah,
that
it
you
was
were referring to, I
Lena
suppose.
Rain.
Lena Rain. Okay. But she could have
Yeah.
ended up making an agreement just to allow her music in there because she's not C14, a music production group. Her music is separate from it, which might be the reason why it's one of the main and only songs in there. But
And it's an
that, again,
iconic.
is speculation. It is. And it's relatively fitting given that it was from the Nether. I believe we had side railed pretty hardcore from your depiction of the village, Rogue.
Okay, yeah. So we can get to the first battle, I guess. So, we're gonna say the green is the main character. So this is Steve. He's gonna be the big blot. Yeah, this is he's the wide.
Wow.
He's wide green. Yeah, I'm implying here something.
Wow.
And then
Make it white blue then.
we got Henry. What was his sister's name?
Nadia.
No one
I think?
cared.
Not
Nadia. Don't
I-
care.
Nadia sounds correct. Let's go
Side
with it.
character number 3.
okay.
Hey yo.
Henry's sisters right here. Garbage Man.
Natalie. It was Natalie.
Natalie. There we go. So Natalie, and then
Zoo lady.
the zoo lady of
I think it says Dawn. I think.
Dawn. Okay, whatever.
That's correct, yeah.
Is that
So
right?
so we got
Matt
Dawn,
Berry played the Nitwit. I didn't know that.
and then
He's a
yellows are the
Diversity higher.
villagers. Yeah, we got the villagers here, 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 here. They're basically everywhere. And then we got, and then so they're wandering around. They're getting the gear that Jack Black tells them that we need to go to this village to get some certain gear, so they can go to somewhere else. And then, perfect timing. You got the Piglin faction with the gas that they got chained up, surprisingly. And you got these guys right over here, and they're going pew pew, and they're firing right. They're shelling artillery shells to the villagers. They're taking casualties, with the exception of the main character, because they got plot armor. Like this is their plot armor. This is how massive it's massive. Sorry.
I
Wait, what?
What?
I think I'm
What?
done with this. I think I'm
Bro,
over
you
it.
just popped out in the middle of it.
So anywho, so you got the so you got the gas shooting away, and the piglins are making their scene. They're square. They're red square because that's fitting for them.
This looks like the trenches on LSD. Like you just try to draw the trenches on LSD,
Yeah.
like a veteran.
Well, someone's probably gonna be watching this on LSD. And then
And it's gonna be me.
you got General Chungus right here.
My goat.
Big boy.
Very odd name in my opinion, but we can discuss that
Got fat
later.
because you
What
started
reference?
dancing. Dude, dancing burns off a lot of weight.
So you got General Chungus here, and he's like, I got what do you say? And I quote, sorry, but I gotta in. What he said? Like he said something like in the lines like, I gotta like end you.
I've
Oh,
gotta
the fat guy.
unalive you.
Yeah.
I gotta end you.
Oh yeah.
and
In his, like
then
high pitched voice.
Jason
Common country.
here. So you had so Jack Black was about to. Why is this going for the pencil? There we go. So he was gonna go for the attack right here. Yeah. Oh no, Jesus. No. There we go. Okay. So he was about to attack, but then you had Jason here who wanted to be Jackie Chan,
The
and
buckets.
he took out he knocked out Jack Black for a minute, so he's kind of out of the picture. And then he's taking on General Chungus. Henry is on the offensive as well with his unlicensed potato gun, not registered. May I note it? He did not register this
Dude, that
this
kid's gonna-
licensed
gonna,
gun.
Like,
Kids are
you
gonna
better
be
not take that to school.
kids are
NRA
my gosh.
unapproved.
He already told those kids. He already told the ones that did not
I
bully
mean,
him
if
to
this
not
is
come
for
to
kids,
school
they tell
tomorrow.
'em, go make guns. That's how you deal with bullies. Like,
Well-
what message are they trying to say?
They're teaching the valuable lessons for children.
And then you
The ones
had
the kids in the U.S. need to pay attention to.
so you had two people on the offensive taken on, and then meanwhile the damsels rush for cover in this table right here. Meanwhile,
And they use the worst weapons in Minecraft: a shovel and a what was it?
a hoe, I believe.
Oh,
Was it a hoe? Really?
Yes, yes.
Yeah?
That's crazy. Useless side characters.
So then,
Ignore.
so once Natalie and
Well, they did nothing the whole movie. Like, even at the end, they didn't help at all. They were just there.
For real.
yeah, even still, once
Moral support.
once they realized they had plot armor, they then too go on the offensive, but they wander off somewhere because storyline. We gotta split the story for movie time. Meanwhile, the dynamic trio, Jack Black wakes up, and he then takes on General Chungus, I believe. And then those two fight together.
We lost
Jason,
Afton.
yet. Oh,
He's there. He's just muted.
okay. So then they fight. Henry's doing something. I don't remember, but he's attacking those piglins. They win, and then they wander off to this direction. Where's I think. More reinforcements come in from this direction, I believe. They're chasing after them and not Natalie and the other girl. Even though they're there, they happen to just walk off the scene and just.
What was the Iron Golem doing? Was he fighting stuff in there?
I believe he
That's
was.
a good point. I didn't see him.
I believe he was, but I
I
believe
believe
he
was hit
was.
by a fireball.
Yeah, I think he got
You know
mowed
the
down.
scene when they first introduced the Iron Golem, and it's like he's a big softy on the inside. Imagine if the Iron Golem came over and gave Henry a heart, a little rose, a little poppy, or whatever.
Aw.
Wouldn't that been great? A little reference.
Would have been
Would've.
nice. Or if he dropped one when he died.
I think that'd have been fine, but I think
I don't think
giving him
Henry
one would have
dies
been
in
better.
the.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Anyways, bro, go on. We're
Nah.
interrupting you.
So then they're cornered. They're pinned. So then Jack Black throws in the wings. Ooh, look at these wings, and they fly. They are soaring, and the gas platoon goes after
Are the
them.
gas balloons in dungeons? Is that a thing?
Not to
Or
I
my
don't know.
I
knowledge.
think that's a
Is
new
that a
Minecraft
Minecraft
thing,
Legends
right?
thing? Is that a Minecraft Legends?
Not to
the
my
gas
knowledge either.
balloons?
I don't.
Because
I
they're
thought that
not
was
a
the
thing in
first
Minecraft.
balloons I
The new
see.
Minecraft thing is the happy gas, which is completely different.
Oh, is that different? Oh.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
happy.
they're happy.
Imagine putting a saddle on top of it.
They're
That's
not-
what it
They're
looks
not
like.
chained.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not balloons.
I
Yeah,
think
well,
probably,
they kind
I
of
can look
they
it up if it's a thing in Dungeons.
well they kind of like the way they had the gas is like they kind of like held them as like a hot air balloon. in a sense. Whoever's audio is in the background.
Jason, mute yourself.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So then they're flying. Let's get a new scene. Let's get a new one. Yeah, don't save this. So you have Jason and Jack and Henry. Oh, and then you got Henry. None of the straight line and the curving line does have no implications here, but
The top
we can
one's Jack Black
What is
'cause
he
sags a bit.
we can discuss that later.
He weighs down the line.
So then we got gas here, some gas over here. But we have a lot aiming towards Jack Black and Jason Momoa in that scene. And they're flying. They're flying. I'm not sure. I guess they just happen to know they just need to go straight, or just go to a particular direction, and they will eventually meet up. Am I wrong?
I don't
Are
think
you
they
saying
have
this
any
in reference
place-
to the guests?
I don't
No,
think
Jake.
they have a plan. I think they're just trying to escape,
I believe so as well.
Okay.
and then they'll like meet up later.
Because they are trapped inside of a valley, and there's only really one direction to go, and that is forward.
Okay. So you got so they're doing what's that movie? Independence Day. They're doing that Will Smith scene where like he's in the cannon, and you got Jack Black and Jason like flying in there, maneuvering like this is Top Gun. But so they're flying. Jason is primarily flying, and then we get a very spicy scene at some point while they're flying. Very nothing to know. Very kid friendly if you don't get it.
Yeah, that
But-
scene was kind of weird.
Yeah,
I get
so
they're trying to do like a joke and stuff, but it was. I feel like it was kind of dumb. It was just cheap laughs. Which, if you want to go for cheap laughs, go for it. You know, it's like in the Minions
I believe-
movie, or the
I believe they're
modern
also
Shrek
trying to
movies.
cater to another part of the audience that be watching, the pseudo teenage people who had
Yeah.
played this for a while.
well,
But
yeah,
even that's kind of it's like I said, a cheap laugh. You can do
I agree.
rude references, but make them a little bit more like, spend more than 2 seconds.
For
writing
example,
them.
a distinguished principal having very aggressive, flirtatious behavior with plenty of individuals. something
Yeah,
like
that was dumb, but it was funny.
Yeah, Rosie O'Donnell looking.
oops. Okay. We also, if you want to talk about flirtatious, Jason Momoa friends Henry, and that is reference to Minecraft YouTubers.
Oh
I'm not
my
gonna-
I
god.
hate you.
I'm
Continue it
done with
further.
it.
Why is it that every
Yay.
adult in the
Uh-oh.
movie is brain dead?
Uh
Would you break?
Is it just
oh.
me, or
My
was every
audio
single
just went
adult
out.
just
Hold
like
on.
the worst? Bro can't hear us. Everyone talk now.
Hello? Hello? It happened right as I commented
Uh-oh.
on his live, so I think I fucked his thing up.
Hang on,
Yeah.
folks,
Sabotage.
we're streaming here.
You back, Rogue?
I happened the moment I commented on his live. No.
Minecraft
No.
movies. Too much for him. It was
no
too
longer
much.
invited to the, no longer
Nobody
invited to the
commented in
future
his
Disney
live
Kingdom.
anymore.
They heard
Nobody-
us bashing too much, and Warner Brothers went in and shot him. He's laying on the ground.
Yeah, he
bleeding
did.
out
He was
right
on to
now.
something with that.
He
when
knew
asked
too
about it,
much.
He was on to something.
He knew too much.
The drawing was
shoot.
out of
It
this
was
world.
Minecraft
Something's
all
wrong.
along. Always has been. Blam!
Okay.
Turns out the movie was just a documentary.
So, wait,
Am I deafened?
Yeah.
No, I
There you
can't
go,
hear
you're in.
anyone.
Bro.
What the
Yeah.
hell?
you're in.
We can hear you.
Input device, probably.
We can hear you, Rogue.
You have it set up where like you get kicked out of the
Oh,
Discord
boy.
if somebody
Okay.
comments on your. Oh, he's gone.
Something's wrong.
He can't hear us, so he's trying to figure that out.
Oh, I see.
He's
I see.
live on YouTube.
What if I
correct?
comment again? Do you think you'd fix
Yes.
it?
No,
Yeah, let's try.
I
try that.
think it's probably aliens or the Muffin Man. One of the two.
I've
What
got to
is
be.
going on?
perchance
Hang on,
even a
folks.
combination
Folks,
of
we,
both.
we
Gotta-
got we got some audio
Oh,
issues
also,
here.
I'm playing PlayStation games.
Let
me hear,
emulating
Brian.
my
I'm not sure what's
guys.
going on. Hang on.
I was playing Apex Legends right before this, and I was contemplating
Oh, I'm sorry.
continuing it, but it requires too much attention to do so.
I'm
Oh,
just playing
there
a
we
crappy
go.
RPG that I'm just grinding away and killing monsters.
Okay.
He's playing
Okay.
Power
We're
World.
back. We're back. We're back.
Let's
Bro,
go.
Are we?
yay!
Are you sure?
We kind of scrambled for a
Comment,
bit.
quick, comment on his live.
Comment
on his live.
Comment quickly.
Guys, hit subscribe. Hit subscribe.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Hit subscribe.
Hey guys,
Hit
let's
that
do it.
button.
Let's do it all right
Just
now.
everyone hit the button that says report.
Oh, where's that? Okay, I got it.
Yeah. Report.
He is a
Block.
Minecraft YouTuber after all.
So we can report on Lava since he's the oldest.
Oh, we're reporting Lava or Rogue?
Rogue. You know what? Go
Lava.
and report both of us. You know what? Do it. Report both of us.
Among Us group chat. be like,
Lava is the oldest here, so like if anything, he kind of groomed
Yeah,
me
get off my lawn,
first.
kids.
Hey, yo.
You darn
Wow.
whippersnapper, get off my lawn.
That's crazy.
And Lava has kids. Whoa.
Kid, single.
What?
All
All right.
So we
Okay.
I
were
don't know why
at
I
the
had to
point where you were
clarify
talking
that. Not
Were
that
we?
it matters.
you
We
were
were talking about
were-
the Lytra scene, I think.
Yeah,
I think
so
so. Yeah.
with the guests.
okay.
Black and Jason Momoa.
All right, so hold on. Oop. Let me. Yes, so let's get that. There you go. Okay. All right, back to the scene. So they're flying. They eventually take these guys out. With some Top Gun maneuver of sorts, and then then Henry. Does anyone remember what Henry does to get rid of the gas?
He doesn't show up on screen. I think he goes ahead of them, so he's like already passed. But then the other people are lagging behind.
Yeah, but he
and
also
so they're catching up with him.
yeah, but they
I was under the
Wasn't-
impression he shot like a tater tot at them and got it
Maybe-
in the gas.
is that what
mouth
it
or
was?
something.
Tater tot gun?
Something.
Gun
I don't
violence.
believe
That's how you
so
did
off the
it.
top of
Gun
my head.
violence,
gun
guys.
violence.
Sorry to interrupt, by the
Solves
way.
all problems.
I thought it was
What's that?
I thought it was pretty nice that at the beginning, well, near beginning of the movie, when they went through the portal, the small girl, she bounced off of Jason Momoa like he was like a brick wall, and the other girl knocked him completely over. I just thought that was funny.
But like the way they got launched was like they were bricks or something. Like who gets launched like that? Like if I'm sorry, but if a 250-pound woman gets thrown at me, I'm dead. It doesn't matter if she gets launched 100 miles or
But
if she
he's
just leans
Jason
over and
Momoa.
falls on me. I'm dead either way. Like if you launch a big hefty woman at me, like 100 miles an hour, there's gonna be bones breaking.
It's bone breaking, one could say.
It's gonna be
Wow.
just a
Well, I
splatter of
mean, I don't
blood.
know. Maybe Jason Momoa built like has like a Garbage Man has the body of Dwayne Rock
And he's a
Johnson.
brick wall, and she splats and gets ripped in half by hitting her. Somewhere, someone's gonna die.
Well, let's see. Almost everyone should have died. Well, a couple of people should have died. Jason should have been arrowed to death. Let's see. Henry should have splattered on the floor when he.
Wait, did
when he
anybody
got
else hate
kinetic
Henry's
energy?
speech impediment?
I
He
was
had a
okay
speech
with
impediment.
that.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I was okay with that. Grabbing actors with certain disabilities and stuff.
Oh, I
You know,
didn't.
there's-
I thought
there's
that
real-
was a choice. I didn't know that was like he actually had a speech impediment.
I don't know, but I'm saying like portraying certain disabilities in movies to get
I guess,
more.
yeah. I just
notice.
they didn't. If it is like a plot, like a portraying like disability movies, I wish they had like brought it up at all. If it
I
is
don't
that sort
know,
of thing.
because then if they bring it up, then they point out like that it's wrong.
Well,
or
yeah, but
something.
if the
Just
point
having
of
that
like,
passively in the movie saying, "Hey, there's people with these things, no big deal. There's people like this live."
Yeah.
So I'm actually perfectly fine with how they did that.
okay,
I agree with
Yeah,
you,
I
Lava. The fact that they don't draw attention to it and they don't make a joke based off of it, they simply just have it exist in there as a form of inclusion and
Hey.
acceptance
but
of.
is inclusion a good thing, guys?
I think
Oh,
the way
God.
they did it in this manner, yes, I think they to include something like that.
Okay, fair
They
enough.
didn't downplay it. They didn't like mock it or something. They just added to the movie as a subtle little thing. I think they did it well.
Okay, fair
Whereas
enough.
Could have
some
been
other
improved
movies-
upon, probably, but I think they did it fine.
I mean, yeah,
Whereas
if
some
the
movies
goal was
reject
to
it.
have,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. If the
Diversity
goal
or
was to
whatever.
have, no, I mean, if the goal was to have like, what I'm trying to say is I see what you're saying now. I didn't think about it at first, but if the goal was to have it in there and make it not a big deal, they did a great job.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
it
I
was
didn't
pivotal
even
to the
notice it.
plot at all. You know, it just adds to
Mhm.
Henry's an awkward little kid and he gets bullied at school.
Yeah.
you know?
Oh,
really
that's a good
smart.
point. It could apply to the bullying thing too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say is there are some movies that draw attention to those sorts of things, such as plenty of them that reference little people, make it a specific thing, add jokes in, calling to it. They make it part of their jokes, part of their plot, essentially.
They make
But-
it an issue.
Exactly. And this one had zero calls to it. It just was there, and some people noticed. Some people didn't even because it
There's
wasn't
something to be said
bothering them. It
about
was never in
the
top
fact.
foreground.
There's something to be said. I'm not necessarily saying for all movies, but there's something to be said about the fact that people are going to notice if you're, a little person or if you have a speech impediment. And I think, I don't know, I think almost making it a funny thing can be, of course it can be upsetting to some people, but it can also be a way of like, I don't know, a way of specifically including them in like a good way. I can see it as like, like I had a friend when I was younger. He was a little person. He preferred the term midget, honestly. He thought it was funny. And like he loved it when we all made jokes back and forth. But I'm not saying everyone would, but I will say there's something to the idea that there's nothing wrong with making the joke about it, I'd say.
I think it
as long
depends
as you
on the
don't
movie,
disrespectful.
your plot, different things.
Yeah.
I think with the Minecraft movie and its target audience,
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
the way they did it was really respectful.
Yeah, with impressionable
I
Now,
kids.
other movies that are different target audiences or different plots or more funny or not funny or whatever, and they do things differently, it can be respectful too in different ways. I think
Yeah.
if they had drawn a lot of attention to it or made jokes about it, I don't think it would have been as good.
That's a good point.
I do agree.
Then we're in agreement.
So you agree the
For
Minecraft
one
movie
thing.
sucked except for 1 or 2 points.
Yeah. It's amazing. We can agree. Movie of the year. Movie of the year.
Movie year because they did one thing right.
Movie of the year.
It might get a Grammy, an Oscar.
Actually? Actually,
It's been doing
Jack Black
so. I
always
don't think the
deserves more.
movie's good,
I don't think it deserves
But
an
it's-
Oscar.
but it's been doing very successful. It's been the most successful video game to movie adaptation in history.
Yeah, and that's,
Granted,
that's
there were
impressive.
not a huge amount of good ones.
It's
Prior.
done better than the Sonic movies. It's
For
done better
example-
than Mario movies, both of them. It's done better than I think the Prince of Persia movie. There's been a handful. Granted, some of them suck, but it's been the most
Borderlands movie.
successful. And then honestly, even just as a normal movie, money wise, what it's made at money wise, it's been very successful. Now, I don't equate success to being a good movie.
Well, I think
For example,
it's successful
here-
because it has a bigger. Minecraft has a huge audience.
Who here would say the Iron Giant is a good movie or a bad movie?
I would say
I
it's
would
a
say
good movie.
amazing.
It's a great movie. It bombed out. It was unsuccessful at the box office.
I didn't know it was unsuccessful. That's crazy. How?
It lost money at the box office.
But like,
and it wasn't-
how? I guess the
people didn't-
advertising must have been bad or something. I thought it was a great movie.
It wasn't cheap jokes. It wasn't. It was a kids movie with a serious tone, and those are hard to market.
Okay. So let me ask. So since Lava's mentioned that, if the Minecraft movie was had a serious tone to it, do any
No.
of you guys think it would be a good movie?
No.
No.
It depends what you mean by serious tone. If they just altered a few things to make it slightly better, like 10% of the stuff, I would have enjoyed it more. It would have been an A+, but I thought it would have been a much better movie. And I still think it would have been as successful, but I think it would have cost them more time, money, and effort to do.
I agree. For example, let's say the game was in hardcore mode and Henry's sister died in front of him. That would be kind of harrowing.
Oh my gosh.
But it would have to be done correctly in order for there to be a proper like emotional impact by it. And again, I believe the movie was designed for children, so to make it a serious movie is not necessarily catering to them.
They could have
Even
still
though I
left in
feel
like the
that's the
chicken
target
jockey
audience.
and the I Am Steve, but slightly made it so, like I said before, made it so they solved a few more problems through creativity, which is like crafting. Maybe in the final battle they put some redstone traps and freaking Home Alone the bad guys.
That'd be cool.
And then at the end,
TNT
they
cannons.
defeat the bad guy. And then they
Yes.
get the bad guy to join them through creativity because the bad guy wanted to be creative as well. Unite the overworld, the Nether, and then have like a plot line of Herobrine to the end or something. Just change the end, fix some plot holes, fix some continuity errors. I think it would have been a better movie, and it would have still just done as well as the box office. You still have a lot of your cheap laughs and jokes. You still have your little songs by Jack Black and the characters being the characters, but I think it could have been better and still been as
Yeah.
successful.
Did
With
anybody else?
with those changes, I don't think that would technically make it a more serious or somber movie. I believe that could, in fact, lean more into the childishness and the element of like fantastic stories where it's, oh well, the bad guy realized the error of their ways and they now all sit around a campfire singing "Kumbaya." You know,
I think they could have made it add a little bit of serious. Like, for example, Despicable Me is a great movie that's silly, but also a little bit of serious in there because there's real threats and real issues, and it has a great moral and a plot line and story, and it did very successful. And I wish the Minecraft movie was more in that same lieu of characters having backstories, the plot having purpose, and
Yeah,
just things flowing well. And
the
the Despicable Me movie still has that stupid quotes like, "It's so fluffy." You can still have those dumb things here and there, but if all you have is dumb things,
granted, the Despicable Me movies do have harder topics. For example, kidnapping, threats of mortality, like multiple instances where there is, in quotes, the chance of failure.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
even Steve's only threat of danger was for his dog to get killed. But we, the viewer, already know from the beginning that the dog is safe in the overworld, and it's just a threat. So already there's no tension. There's no.
and it's a
threat.
stupid Minecraft dog. You can get there's a million of them. Like, who cares?
Oh yeah.
Well,
The-
okay,
the-
okay.
This is
Oh,
more
then
the zoo
reference
lady ends up
to.
creating a
Come
hole.
on.
Not Dennis.
He named the dog and everything.
This is.
Come on.
I
Yeah,
think
but
this
emotional attachment.
My name's dog. Subscribe to Rogue. What's your point?
Well, I'd kill that dog.
Hey yo.
What?
Hey.
and that's how
Did anybody else
wars start.
notice that his diamond chest plate broke in one hit?
I did notice
did.
that. I was like,
It was
dang,
old
that
armor. He
must
got
be.
off a zombie.
was
It
on-
had one durability left.
Oh, okay,
You
okay.
Fix it.
Durability.
Well,
Wasn't
no,
it
I mean, he had so
entirely
many diamonds.
anvils?
no
He
way.
doesn't know how to do that.
He had
There's no-
barrels
he
of
didn't have-
diamonds.
He didn't have Wikipedia. He never tried that feature.
He had
He
massive
doesn't
amounts
watch
of
the videos.
He was in a
diamonds.
village.
He didn't know how to fix it though. Like, if no one tells you there's these feature in games, you're not
Yeah.
gonna. You don't know if you don't.
Okay, but
come
he
across
figured
it.
out how
Exactly.
to do things in like
He did everything else,
an
yeah.
hour
He
one.
figured out how to fly
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
nitros,
he
use
can
slime
figure it out. He
blocks.
doesn't figure out
He's
everything.
too busy
Set up-
building a creeper farm to figure out armor.
He's
He's
shad.
plot armor. Why
he's-
wear armor when you have plot armor?
He has
Wait,
shad
that's a
logic.
point-
He,
that's a good
he,
point.
he speed runs the
Because
game.
he's Jack Black.
Because
He's in creative.
thank you.
No, I don't think the armor had 0 durability or whatever. I think it was just a MacGuffin. It
I
was
think
just
that
designed
staff
that way.
was
yeah.
overpowered.
I
You
believe
know,
it was plot as well.
actually, in Minecraft, you can break any armor in a single hit with velocity. If your arrow's going a certain speed, which is like 10,000 or something, and it hits it adds its velocity to its damage. So you can break any armor with a single arrow if it's going fast enough.
So you're saying that they had
Which is why
accelerated?
when
I
you
forget what
when
it
you
was
dive bomb
that hit
someone
him.
with a light train, you shoot him with an arrow, it does more damage to him.
Okay, that's a pretty cool detail. Guys, what do you
I
think they
don't-
meant
I
when
don't
they
think
said
that's what happened
I don't
here
think
because
they-
it's just a
yeah.
stupid staff, but it is possible.
What do you guys think they meant when they said dungeon stuff?
Well, in
Could
what
you
regard?
could you
When did
reiterate
they
that
say that?
reference?
I literally don't remember. I just wrote down that they said something about that. I think it was either Jack Black or Jason Momoa said something about dungeon stuff.
It could have been a reference to Minecraft Dungeons. Could have been a reference to the dungeon.
It was more of a
thing?
implication. I felt like.
It could have been
I
a reference
am
to
under the
like
impression-
sexual things.
Yeah, that
I'm
was
under the
my.
impression that it was whenever Jack Black was in the dungeon and he was chiseling using his creativity, and I forget the name of the orc lady, or not orc, piglin lady, was upset that they were not doing dungeon stuff.
Yeah, it's
Instead,
trying
they
to
were
make like a
allowing his
little
creativity.
lewd joke.
I believe it could
Not
be
in my
in that,
kid
that
movie.
sense, yes.
Not in my childhood fulfilling
Innuendo.
movie.
Not in your childhood.
I
Not
mean,
my
they do
childhood
that-
fulfilling movie.
They do that in a lot of. I mean, go watch the SpongeBob movie.
Oh yeah, when
Which one?
Jason Momoa spoke Spanish, the thing he said he thought meant goodbye brother meant go with God. Just a little detail.
Got quiet real quick. Did my thing cut out?
No, you're good. I
No,
think
I
I
just
was.
spoke over you.
So the woodlands, the woodland mansion. So we have they went in there. Well, Jason and whatchamacallit? Oh, lava's something wrong with lava's thing. Let's see. What did he say? Is that his sound died? Okay, that's lovely. Okay. So you had them distracting the pillager. I don't. Did the evoker summon the Vexes? Because
not
when
believe so.
when Henry like gets caught, like you had the invoker there, like in reference, well in there in the scene, but pretty sure he should have like summoned, or like he would have done.
Yes, the bear traps.
Yeah.
Snap traps, rather. I
Okay.
believe neither of those things happened.
He kind of he just stood there while his comrades kind of went in and charged in, and then they kind of stopped when the door got slammed in front of them, and proceed not
I
to
do
do
agree.
anything.
They gave up real fast.
Yeah, they kind of gave up too fast. Like, dang, that really took not too much. Maybe that's them following the game mechanics.
Oh yeah, how did 2 iron axe hits not break a wooden door?
I guess plot armor.
I believe if a zombie spawns with a axe and they are blocked by a door, there is an audio cue that plays and the door breaks into an item. And I believe the same happens with illagers. But I could be mistaken about that same thing happening
Okay.
with illagers. But just overlooked game mechanic, another continuity error.
Continuity errors all over.
That is.
There is a
Correct.
lot.
To address the elephant in the room, the Woodland Manor. Why are there Endermen on the 3rd floor? When did the Enderman get a fear ability that takes over people? And then I love the Steve's eyes turned white.
Herobrine Easter egg, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Endermen don't necessarily spawn there. I believe that
No,
they added that just as an excuse
Yeah.
to have Endermen there.
It honestly felt
Enderman
like a
can
thrown in
spawn wherever.
Enderman thing.
I feel like they kind of like, oh shoot, we forgot to add Endermen. So let me just
Yeah.
let me throw them into the Woodland
Yeah,
Mansion.
Steve was like, but be careful of the Enderman on the 3rd floor. It's like,
Well, how does he
What?
know that
yeah,
there's gonna
exactly.
be Enderman there?
To the best of my knowledge, there is no increased spawn rate due to any overworld location with Enderman. As long as there is a spot that has 3 blocks tall and the sufficient lighting standards, Enderman could spawn there. The same as any other entity, though, but Endermen have a very low spawn rate in the overworld in general. But
It was
I
definitely a
think
hardcore world
Henry-
though, because the bows were enchanted. Sorry, continue.
I do believe Henry would have gotten his crap rocked by that Enderman though. He swung wildly, and Endermen actually do have a somewhat attack pattern that is designated to specifically take advantage of your attack speed, so that you swing, and on your off swing, whenever you have not recharged your ability, the Enderman then rushes you. Just make it to where you have a harder time landing successive hits.
He was doing snowman hits on the Enderman. He was making
Yeah.
he was making eights. Just
As I
Which
said,
then also
there
draws
was
us
no
to-
recharge for your attacks.
well, I don't think
It's
this was
1.18.
1.18.
version of Minecraft. Yeah, the pre-combat patch.
The better version.
But
Oh, we got lava.
ability, Endermen are scary as hell. So could have just been that he was very scared.
Okay.
it
But then the
did have a
guys who were
whole effect of
downstairs,
resistance.
nowhere near the Enderman, got like fear ability too.
Really, I didn't see that they had gotten.
And then yeah,
affected by
that's when Jack Black's eyes went white, right?
Jack Black, his eyes went white through
Oh, the whole Enderman
Henry's
scene.
like
I didn't
vision.
I didn't know Enderman could do that.
Yeah, I was about to say.
They can't.
We were
They
saying
did
that
do a Herobrine reference that Jack Black's eyes went a little bit white. From
Mhm.
understanding, is that supposed to be a reference to Herobrine? I don't
So
know.
Yeah.
they had a mishap with the CGI or the VFX on that.
No,
that scene.
no, that's marketing.
Yeah, that's
and-
fake. They would have fixed
It's
that.
marketing.
best of my
Do it,
knowledge,
come on.
They would have fixed it, but they saw it and they decided to keep it in.
There's no way
afterwards
they put that
because
in
it's
I
the
call that
story.
BS. That sounds
That's
so
bull.
BS.
That's such
Yeah.
BS. There's no
I mean,
way.
it's Steve. Steve's
I'll look it
obviously
up.
the counter to
I'll see what I can
Herobrine.
do.
If it had been anybody else, I would have believed it, but it's Steve.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be a Herobrine reference, and
It-
that's what I'm going to believe.
I
That's
would
with
be
the
willing to
zoom in
believe
on
they did
his
it on
face.
purpose, but I'm willing to also believe it could have been a mishap. Like they were.
It
fucking
happened
screwing
on the
with
zoom into
settings
his
and then-
face.
That would have been so easy to fix, like post production or something, just to edit the eyes a different
Yeah,
color. It's like
and
1
it-
second.
I imagine
Yeah,
they
I
were
would've believed
tweaking
it was
it,
anywhere
saw the
else.
effect, and decided to keep it in, understanding that it would
I would have believed
cause
that if it was
callback.
like a
We
wide shot,
actually
but it was
did
a
this.
zoom
Whoops.
into his
hey,
face.
hang on, lava. Sergeant, go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
I would have believed it if it was a wide shot, but it was a zoom into his face. It was if it had been any other shot, maybe I could see it as a glitch, but it was literally a zoom into Jack Black's face. There was no way that that's just an error, a mishap that they left in, because it was just straight up like focus in on his face.
Granted,
Only
I could
thing
have
in
just seen
frame.
something that was hearsay, but I will probably do a little bit more research into it just out of curiosity.
I think that like with that reference, they're probably gonna incorporate that for their next sequel. Like
I would love a sequel movie.
maybe that's like a foreshadowing to the next movie where he's like Jack Black's now Herobrine, and some
Let's say Jack Black is now the villain.
yeah.
Dude, that would be sick. And Alex
That'd
is
be kinda
like,
sick.
I want my Steve back.
Ooh.
I mean, we could
Like,
discuss the what we think the next movie here
I
and
could get
here
carried with
later
that.
later
Stop.
down. But continuing along, lava the woodland mansion scene. We were discussing a bit about that. What was your initial thoughts when you were watching that scene?
I can't get past, like, okay, so I really like the set pieces, like especially like the zoomed outs, like the places looked amazing, even though they aren't perfectly accurate. Minecraft, you can't make it perfectly accurate. That's fine. Like when they did the mountains and the railroads or the mines, I thought the set pieces looked amazing. But then when they threw in like any living mob, it just ruined it. And I feel like even though the Woodland Mansion looked all right, all the illagers just looked so bad. I couldn't get past it. And some of them didn't even act right, or the way, like, he's like, I'm gonna sneak in, and he literally doesn't sneak in. like he's like, I'm gonna build a pillar up to the side and break in from the top, and then he doesn't do that. So
Oh
it's like,
yeah,
I forgot
I
about
just feel
that.
like it was
Yeah.
bad on multiple levels.
yeah. He was gonna build, but
Which
instead
is, I
he
guess,
just
an unintended pun.
he kind of tiptoed around the pillagers up to the stairs, and then like he gets caught, and then you had the invoker. What I mentioned earlier, that I don't think the invoker like did anything. He just kind of stood there while the pillagers kind of chased after them, and then they stopped once Henry closed the door and proceeded on to do nothing else. Oh, I think Lava's audio just died again.
Oh, fun. By the way, Rogue,
Okay.
somebody, I think other than me is reporting you in your chat. You might want to address that.
Who's reporting?
I'm
Jason?
gonna Rogue in the
Jason.
chat real quick. Rogue, my Discord is doing this Discord thing,
Oh,
and my daughter's also going to bed, or she's supposed to be to bed. I'm just going to. I'm sorry. I'm going to take off a little early. I'm just going to leave with. While I did enjoy the movie to watch it, I don't think I'm going to remember it in like a couple months, and I
Yeah.
probably will see the second one. I was kind of overall disappointed for it. I give it a 3. With some of the stuff you guys brought up, maybe a 4 at most, 4 out of 10, 3 out of 10. I don't think it was true to the franchise and or to the original Minecraft, maybe the dungeons, wherever. And I thought it. Well, I didn't think it was bad, but I didn't think it was good. I gave it a 3 out of 10.
okay. Okay. Well,
Fair
thank
enough.
you for coming in. And
I'll see you guys later.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you,
Uh,
Lava.
Yep.
See ya.
Send me any questions or notes, and I'll respond to them.
okay. Fair enough.
Take it easy.
Does it have to be about the Minecraft movie, or can I just send him questions and notes about life?
I mean, you could just do that on your own time, but
Oh, okay.
Here's where we spam him with questions about where he lives.
Yeah. I think
The important things.
I think he's mentioned it before. I think I have that on recording. Never mind. Continue.
Dox him.
Yeah. No, I don't have his address or anything.
okay. Kind of, let's see. So we kind of the Woodland Mansion, and then so they did that fun dance, and then somehow the piglins find them. They just managed. They got like a tracker on them. Like they just threw a tracker, and they're just like, "We found you. Give us it."
They have massive build reach. Why would they not have massive detection radius?
You
I
know
feel like
what?
that could be somewhat a reason.
It's a good point. Aggro range is increased.
They get they increased their the chunk base.
Yeah.
They
You
got
guys see the
Go ahead.
No, you were talking.
I was gonna say
just have
that
a
like
habit of
they got Distance Horizons mod activated.
Yeah.
Also, if you looked at it, they definitely had shaders. Jack Black definitely had shaders on. Oh, but do you guys see the enchanting glyphs on the portal crystal orb? They were
did.
pretty good with enchanting glyphs. They had them all over anything that needed them. But the Ender Pearl, ugh,
You didn't like that?
It was like
it was round. It's supposed to be round, but it's supposed to be like a disc, not like a ball.
No, I think it's
At least the way
supposed to
I
be
I think
ball.
that's
I've always thought of the Ender Pearl as like a disc, you know?
I thought of it
I
more
agree
like a
with it being an
ball.
orb.
Yeah, like a
Yeah, I thought it was a ball.
I'm outvoted here.
Startude likes frisbee.
I have like 3 frisbees in my room. I'm be honest.
Now you have to change your mind. You love it now.
Yeah, actually, you know what, guys? Yeah, I thought about it. I think I really like it.
I mean, maybe it's supposed to be a disc, but I guess it's canon that it's an orb and ball.
Yeah, I agree.
I like
Which
how
now-
Jack Black.
Which now I guess the potato gun is now canon. So I guess we're gonna get the potato,
Hey,
the
I
gun
want to
update.
see that in Minecraft.
Well,
Minecraft gun
They're
update.
probably gonna make a mod.
Well, technically, you can if
Yeah.
you can Minecraft added the Minecraft movie pack where you can
Did they really?
yeah. So if you wanted to utilize the
Java?
All right, guys,
potato
we hopping
gun.
on.
Or for Bedrock.
We
I
hopping
think
on.
it's for
I'll start a server.
Bedrock. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is it actually?
I'm not.
I'm sure somebody's made a Java version.
There probably is. There's probably a mod for it. No doubt
There's
about
probably
it.
10 mods for it.
Let me search it up.
Also, Steve knows all the enemies' names, like all the Nether enemies' names. Like he knows them individually by name, but he still kills them at will with no second thought.
Well, he
Just
cares. He cares about his dog more. He got priorities.
I guess that's true, But like, what? How does he just? Oh, I guess he does. I guess he did spend time in the Nether.
Yeah,
Never
I was
mind.
gonna say, like, he spent
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of time.
he's
I mean,
good.
like, you see him building a sculpture. That took some time, unless
I guess yeah.
he's a master of the craft at it that we weren't aware of in the beginning parts of the movie.
That's a good point. They're really kid-friendly villains, I gotta say. I mean, they did that well in a way that's not gonna scare kids in any sort of way.
Well, yeah, I guess yeah, they do. Um, the final battle. Should we? Let me get my screen here. Let me the final battle. Let's let me get a new palette.
I was about to say, is that you depicting Star Wars?
All right. So this massive line right over here.
Don't you dare.
So this is the Iron Golem. Everything else in the back right over here. This is basically the end zone. They're trying to defend the village. There's no other directions for the piglins because this is the portal. Here's all the piglins. They kind of had to get into a gathering square and not. They had to gather around before they go and like wreak havoc for whatever reason. Instead, they did not plan this full ahead of time. They kind of just like, all right, now we got it. So we're gonna have everyone come out of the to the overworld, and then I'm going to list out my plans like a typical villain would do. So you have the boss right over here. She's right over here with her two other minions that are like holding Netherwart essence. So she does her thing, ooh, and tears up the sky. The sky is now dark. And then you had the whole team do a quick grind session for about an hour while everyone else was coming out from the portal. But by that then they've already got a lot of iron. They got diamonds. Granted that Jack Black had a stockpile. What else? Let's see what. So yeah, they have that. Hang on. You guys hear me, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can.
Okay. You guys were
We're
really
just paying
silent.
attention.
Okay. All right.
Very invested.
So we have this. So they're about to. So once she gave her speech, she now tells them to advance, and they are advancing, and they are halted by this iron golem right over here, and then perfect timing. She tells them that the golems are neutral, and then the first shots are fired by the piglin, and then he gets owned. He gets
Greg!
and then they go on the counteroffensive. They go charging in. Not to mention we had Captain Ironswift here, who's taking the lead here. He's all over the place. He's doing he's the MVP right now for the team deathmatch. So he's doing his thing. You have Henry and Natalie like in the behind the iron formation, and they're spearheading towards the portal because they need to shut that down. And then not to mention you had Big Boy, Bigger Chungus, I will name him. I don't remember his
Big boy.
yeah. Yeah,
Kyle.
Let's just call him Bobbert.
yeah, he's Bobbert. Bobbert here, he comes to the fray after she tells him to do something, and he comes in. He's now trying to carry his team. Let's say it right here. He's trying to carry his team. He's trying to. So both sides are slowly taking casualties, except the piglins are. They're getting thrown all over the place. And then coincidentally, you had the wolf battalion by that zoo lady. She comes in from the side, taking on big boy Bobber right over here, and they're trying to stop him. Meanwhile, Jack Black comes in from the side for the surprise attack, and I guess he rolled a 1 for attack because he flops. So he falls flat on his face, and now he is being attacked by her. Henry does his thing. He goes boosh, and he's on top of the portal. And Bobber here, he's now over here, and now he has a perfect angle to shoot at him. And he should be, and now he does, and now Henry's falling, and now Henry should be splattered into a million pieces, but he isn't, because Jason here with the aerial support just comes in out of nowhere. How does he survive, considering that he kind of kamikaze on the bridge? But you know, plot armor,
Yeah,
I
he died
guess.
so unceremoniously and then came back so
How
meh.
how did he get a gas? We never know. I guess because I'm pretty sure
Black
like
magic.
all the gas
Jack Black
were
magic.
like, and all the piglins were like eradicated from that big explosion. So he comes in, he saves the day, and then like he comes around, looping around, and they blow up the whole thing, and the sun is out, and all the piglins are no more. They're zombies. They're actually decaying very fast, and they're dead. And she's slowly eradicating. Not to mention, the other two with holding the netherwart essence, they're fine. Um, There's no explanation for that. What happened to those guys? But they're fine. So then she's on her final legs, and she tries to kill him. Jack Black dodges it because she too also rolled a 2 on the dice, and her efforts to get one last strike has failed, and the good guys win, and it's celebration all around, and they're happy, and they're celebrating, they're partying, and what have you. And yeah. Does anyone have any different notes from this
Yeah,
party?
you threw up on the screen.
Well,
It
that's
looks like you have the movement plan of the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you depicted a Power Rangers fight. That's great.
what it is.
Yeah, it's a very accurate summary of the fight.
The last two piglins, the younger ones that like holding the I guess the netherwart essence, like it's like a holy grail. They seem to be fine after like the portal and everything's like destroyed. Only, did anyone notice that?
I suppose Netherwort in of itself, because the item that the piglins are given is a Netherwort potion, which I presume is Netherwort just is a prolongification to keep them from zombifying, and the items they had were actual items that old, I forget what it's called. It's incense burners of sorts. So I presume they had what's it called, Netherwort in there that was being acted like an incense, providing some form of protection in a local area from turning into
Could
zombies.
make sense.
I mean, they're
Every
the
time
only,
they were traveling around,
they're the last two survivors.
Vogue, am
After
I
the,
able to get permissions to put like my own MS Paint up? I had a depiction. I was wondering if I could.
Go ahead. I think you should be able to share your screen.
Oh, it says I
expected one
can't
of these
stream
to
into
be
this
here.
channel. I think I need
Uh,
like some sort of perm.
Stage
There.
moderator.
Here, let me.
I am
Let's
unable
see.
to either with moderator.
Moderated. Okay. Let me see.
Yeah, it doesn't let me.
Let me.
Not special enough.
Here.
I know, right?
If
Let
you
me-
screenshot it, you could post it into to Rogue, and he could end up putting it on.
Okay, I could do that.
Yeah, let me see if I can.
What is screenshot F2?
I always just pull up Snip
Um,
Tool. I don't know what the shortcut is for it.
Video. Here. Okay. Try again. Should be able to
Perfect.
now.
Yeah, I can do it now.
Okay. Cool.
All right, I believe. Yeah, here we go. So if you look right there, I think
All
that
right.
if you just like give a good second, I think there's a good. So really,
As a moderator, can I
that's
ban
all
him?
I had to say.
I can disconnect. Oh, you got rid of him. Had him sit
He's now
down.
spectating.
Sit down.
He's got his hand raised. Oh, good lord.
Anyways, just I just need to get that. I thought it was important, you know.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a Minecraft dog. I'm gonna bury him.
Hey man, you always got to be plugging.
Was there anything else anyone wanted to bring up that
Oh,
we
I have a
haven't
whole
discussed?
notebooks worth if you're opening it up to
Yeah,
that.
well, go ahead. Let's go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this is just my crazy unorganized thoughts from literally watching the movie I wrote down while I was watching in the theater. Could not see what I was writing, so the handwriting is awful. Love the terrain loading screen. Yearn for the mines! ! Jack Black making food. Daddy Steve, not Papa. Is that how you get into Minecraft? Pink house. Incongruent thoughts that make no sense. Things I've already went over. Flint and Steel. Why is Jack Black so round? Dan TDM. Yeah, I don't really have anything of note.
Was I guess the Jack Black being round. I guess that's just because his body it's just how his body's built right now. I mean, I don't.
No, I just wrote it down.
I mean, it's not like
thinking.
they can just like. Well, I think they could. I don't think Jack Black would be up for it. Just get him to just wear like
What
some
about
Did we get
waist?
that
the
Dwayne the
bodysuit.
Rock Johnson like routine for a couple months? Get him in shape for the movie.
I mean, they could.
That would be insane. How would you feel in the movie?
I mean, they did
Jack
that for
Black
like
being
Top
That would be
Gun.
crazy.
Top Gun
That would be
Maverick.
wild.
Jack
They give him
Black.
shoulder pads.
They get him a
and whatnot to
professional
make it
trainer
look
and he like gets
cubic.
ripped.
That would be something I'd pay to see. Rip Jack Black, like the
Jack
the
Black.
old sumo wrestling movie he did, where he started trying to a little
Macho Libre.
bit. Macho Libre.
That
Nacho
sounds sick.
Libre,
I gotta
yeah.
watch that.
It's a good one. I watched it a long time ago as a kid, so I don't remember all of it. I feel like he was ripped in that, but he might.
Yeah,
not.
yeah, a
I
long
can't
time
remember
ago.
properly.
Old.
Um.
That was supposed to be funny, guys.
Well, is it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a soundtrack on, but
Sorry, could you deliver it again? I'm sure we'll laugh this time.
Old.
Yeah, we'll laugh this time. Oh, I'm the only one laughing.
so we left at Jason's bit, but not
I hate
that was
Stargate's.
fun.
I hate you all. I'm going back
I
to
was gonna
Rogue's
let him
chat
say it
to
again and do
comment on it
nothing.
more. I'm not.
I think the laughs were delayed. that's the thing.
So,
Uh,
I think we've kind of stated a lot of things. So I have a couple more things. One is from Shad because he had he had graciously sent me his thoughts, and I figured we could listen in to what he had to say since he couldn't be here.
Okay.
But before we do that, like since there's already talks about the Minecraft movie making a sequel, so inevitably we're gonna get another one, and we're gonna have to do this all over again. We're gonna do another panel discussing this movie.
I know it's not gonna happen. I would love it if it was animated, the second one. I think that was the biggest thing for me with the first, even though it was great. If it had been animated, I think the quality would have just been way better.
I agree. I heard, and I can't say that this is like 100% legit fact, but I heard that originally that this was supposed to be animated,
With Chris Pratt as
Yeah, I heard that too.
but I guess Warner Bros. Kind of shut down the idea and was like, no, we're gonna do live action because Disney
wow.
is making the money, and we want that money. We want the moolah. They're like well now since the Minecraft movie is making has made a lot of movie. I think the last I checked it was like over 500 million with the original
Wow.
budget to like 150 million. So put that in fact, it's doing pretty well. And it's gonna continue doing well. It might reach 600 million, or well, I think it could reach 750 million by the end of the year.
Wow.
But since Warner Bros. Now is like they're like the Family Guy scene where like Herbert like prays to God that
Oh.
like he can like sniffs Chris Griffin's hat, and like this is basically their hat, Warner Bros. Hat. They sniffed in the revenue, and now they want more.
Crazy reference.
So
That is
so
wild.
to get to the point, for the next, if they're gonna do another one, if it's planned to be on track, what do you guys think the next movie is gonna be about?
Nether or
About?
sorry, Ender
Yeah, I
Hero
think the
Brian for
Nether.
sure.
Yeah, 50-50.
The end. I mean,
I think it's definitely
Those are the
gonna have
plot
that
lines
at
they
the
have
end.
unresolved. I'm leaning more towards the end just because of the pseudo reference to Herobrine. It was very, very minor, and I imagine that if they do make a second, it would probably be the end. And if they intended to make a third, they would draw references to Herobrine with the end.
I would love a Hero
But-
Brian movie. You know what I would love?
It'd be interesting.
If everybody from that town found the portal, right? They move into Minecraft. There's a whole town of real people, and they start having Herobrine sightings of like Steve with white eyes, like around the new village.
That might be like an end
See-
part thing for the second movie if they do that. Where it's like, oh, now the real life world of this town and the overworld in the Minecraft world are now intertwined, and the government is not noticing this while it's happening.
The government somehow hasn't noticed.
But someone was gonna speak. I think I speak before they got their thoughts in.
no.
I think I might have accidentally started to say something.
Well, okay, go ahead.
No. I started to realize there was a stupid thing and it stopped.
Okay. So let me grab Chad's audio. Let me get the MP3. Where is it?
Oh, he's got a recording for you.
Yeah. To put this a note, this is 7.16 gigabytes that I had to download.
Oh, fun.
So
he had quite a few notes.
he
Trojan horse.
he had a lot to say. So I figured I honored his request even by just playing this full. Nope. I think would it let me just no? Okay. Oh well. All right. So, without further ado, here is Shad's thoughts on the
33
Minecraft
minutes.
movie. Yeah. So,
Well,
Oh,
hello, everybody. Hope the panel is going very well. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it to the panel, being 14 hours ahead of everybody. It kind of puts me in the disposition that I'm already celebrating Easter. So,
boo. Boo. You should be celebrating me. My birthday is this weekend. I'm Jesus. I am
Happy
the Jesus.
Whoa.
whoa.
Resident Catholic over here. Whoa. Yo, my nephew's birthday was today, though. Just to undercut Rogue.
Yeah, okay. Well, I've risen, so that's my argument.
Risen.
Yeah. So,
Rogue was
anywho,
first.
yeah, I was first.
Rogue do be risen.
you guys enjoy your Easter? But let's get to Minecraft movie. So, I went to the Minecraft movie. I went to it the night that it came out. Went in gold class, had lovely meals. Service was amazing. I went with my sister as well. She's all
Oh yeah, to put it as reference, so
He's
so
saying
Shad-
Australian stuff,
yeah,
ain't he?
yeah. So Shad's in Australia, for people watching, and his movie theater has like a premium class. So I guess that'll be like VIP, luxury, where they just have basically the way he described it is like they have like in-house service, so they can order food and like
Wait,
get
that's
other
sick.
stuff. Yeah, so like he told me like he got milkshakes, he got like some
Imagine having a
some
chicken parm watching the Minecraft movie.
I think that was an option, but he got like some
Really? Oh my gosh.
so he had a milkshake, he had loaded fries. He basically had a 3-course meal to say the least.
I think he had the best experience of the Minecraft movie. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, he said if he's gonna watch it, he's gonna watch it in luxury.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
always been a big Minecraft fan with me as well. And yeah, so I brought my book and pen into the movie, so knowing that I was going to be reviewing this at a later stage. So I decided to put it into 2 different categories. I decided to put one of them as seeing it as a movie itself, as how movies go, the plot, the storyline, the sequence of events, essentially do it like that. And I also looked at it as a Minecraft world. So as if you were starting a new Minecraft world and this is what it looks like, this is what you can do, and yada yada yada. You go on. I'll start off with the movie. My very first dot point that I put down was that it is a confusing plotline. Now, the beginning of the movie.
Really?
You concur his thoughts? I can.
You did not have to pause for that.
Well, you kind of you said really, and you want to elaborate?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I'm gonna go on a 30-minute rant about it. Okay. So, I thought that the plot was not very contiguous, not very, but I thought that was okay because it was a fun movie.
Okay. I mean,
Now, for the next 30 minutes, you can hear my yawning montage.
okay.
It's about
Sorry.
it's about Steve being basically bored with life and only wanting to go to the mines to go mining. And once he goes mining, he finds a magical cube that needs a room cover without a without a top on it, so it can easily, if you flipped it upside down, can easily just fall out. And then goes into the Minecraft world, starts exploring it, having fun, doing everything that you would normally do when you start into a Minecraft world. It's a little bit uneasy at the fact that he understands it too well. The fact that he knows, oh, I need to grab wood. Oh, I can place blocks like this. It was too in this movie, Minecraft doesn't exist. People don't know it. It's not a game that everyone can just play. It's something he hasn't seen before. It's like being
I
sucked
think
into
Shad's
a fantasy.
forgetting that he's Jack Black.
But that doesn't. That's like saying that's like the Fast and Furious movie. He's Vin Diesel. It's family.
I mean,
is he Vin
that's
Diesel?
a pretty good point.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point. I agree with you there.
Yeah, I mean, he's Vin Diesel. Family, dude. Dude, family,
Well,
dude.
so the second part of this theming of the movie is that it's family. So we're gonna see Vin Diesel and then in the next sequel.
I can't wait. I cannot
I hope
wait
so.
for Vin Diesel in the next movie. And Jack Black and him get in a fight, but both of their contracts say they have to hit each other the same amount.
Yeah. One after another. You punch me first. You punch me. I punch you.
They redirect a missile from the shotgun of seat of a car, and oh gosh, those movies kill me.
World and you not knowing anything. So I half expected Steve to not know what to do, or I would think that he would do his first initial thinking, and that would be mine. I kind of half expected him to just go mining everywhere. After all, that is his kind of shtick from what you get from the very beginning, is that he likes mining. But no, he just suddenly seems to understand everything about the world. We kind of don't really have, well, we basically have a sort of 1-to-1. So time in the Minecraft world is the same amount of time in the real world. That's basically what you can kind of gather from that.
There's something I just thought of. It's like, how did he get the elytra wings if the wings are in the end? But I mean, I don't think he went to the end. If he's been in prison.
I mean, it's never mentioned that he doesn't. I mean, it's never. I mean, having elytra is kind of proof that he did in some ways, but in the same way, like we never have him say like, "Oh, I didn't go to the end." Like, I mean, or like, I don't. What are you talking about? What's the end? Like, he never says that, so it could be like implied, or that I imagine they just didn't think about it.
It's like we kind of like maybe retconned the elytra wings. Like, oh, I just found it while taking a stroll somewhere. But cause like in Minecraft you have to go to the end, you defeat the Ender Dragon, then you go to whatchamacallit? I can't even think of it right now. Someone help me out here. What is it called? The
What?
what is it what is it called? The little portal areas in the end. That you either end the portal and or
Yeah.
Oh.
Gateways.
Yeah, something like I forget what it's called. By the way, it would have to be a server, the world that they're in, because when other people join, I mean, he doesn't open it up to LAN, right? And if he opened it up to LAN, you have the opportunity to give them creative mode. I remember that happening. So if it has to be a server, then he might have found it in like somebody else's old base or something.
Yeah, I think that maybe.
Sorry,
playing on
random
Hypixel.
thought.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's playing on a Hypixel SMP.
I disagree with it being a meta world thing where it's server and all that. I
feel like it is just straight up real life with a portal into Fantasyland. And there
Yeah.
is no real reason why Elytra exists besides the fact that they wanted to use it as a callback.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Oh, also, Steve said he only ever killed one Ender. He only was able ever to kill one Enderman to get an Ender Pearl, right? But then, exactly how would he get to the end if he only ever killed one Enderman?
That is a good
Makes
point.
sense. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. There. Also, that's something to think about. Is like, how did he get those Elytra wings?
Continuity errors.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue.
That. At least that's the assumption. The scenes with the villager being in the real world kind of make it feel like as if it's not one-to-one, because they're constantly at night and they're on a date, and then it's like it stays in one time period. Like time moves really fast quickly and then it slows down. Like there's no similar, it's not the same sequence throughout the whole thing, so that's why it was a little bit confusing. But then Steve goes into the Nether, and after the Nether, he basically gets trapped in there, and you meet Malgorsha, the witch, I guess, the witch piglin, which is a mob that doesn't exist in Minecraft. There is no such thing as a piglin that has magical abilities and a staff. Now, I understand it's getting a lot from Minecraft Dungeons and all of that, but if you're going to get it from Minecraft Dungeons, stick to the script. Don't change that script. And if I'm being honest, this script, I don't think it was much of a script. It felt like everyone was basically just reacting, which is my next point
I agree with Shad. Continue along, Shad. Continue.
that I made about the movie, is everyone is just reacting.
Sorry, Shad, to interrupt real quick.
No.
I mean, you've been talking a while, but yeah, I just wanted to interrupt.
Well, this is where Shad would say "f you."
It doesn't feel like it's natural flow. Everyone's just going, oh, there's an explosion over there. Oh, we got to go over there. Oh, but we need this for this. Oh, we've got to go get that then. Oh, where is he? Oh, better go find him. Oh, go there. We'll go over here. Oh, he's at the mines. Oh, we have to go to the mines. It feels unnatural. It feels unnatural. It feels like no one's having their own sort of individual thought. Like, yeah, which kind of made me not invested in any other characters, which is another point that it made me think. There was no real character development at all. Garbage Man is the same cunt that he was from the beginning of the movie at the end. He's the same person. There is no difference. You know what actually, I'll tell you what, there is only one difference. He has a new friend who is basically exactly the same as him. Steve and Garbage Man are the exact same. They're both idiots.
Anyone want to contest
Geniuses.
that? Oh, okay.
I want to contest that. Oh my gosh. But then first.
Okay.
They're both stupid, and that's why.
I do want to say that
Yeah, go ahead.
Garbage Man, as I drew connection to playing a two-player game solo and being known for being a air quotes lone wolf-esque individual, it does not feel like he doesn't have any character development. He ends up opening up.
He probably has the
and
most.
He even ends up
I
co-owning
agree.
his store with Steve. He ends up evolving his character rather than viewing himself as the sole person.
You're right.
He shares
grows.
responsibility. He becomes vulnerable and accepts being a friend with Steve. Accept him as an equal, even. So that one person who refused to let people into his life like that, he now does. You know?
That's a really
I feel
that's
like
a
he
really
does.
good point. And like a really nice thing the movie does I didn't even notice. Yeah, that at the beginning he's a one-player man only, and then yeah.
He's
He has,
known
I
for
should-
he's got a trophy for playing this 2-player game
Yeah,
solo
oh that's
and
even,
beating
that's a good point even.
duos.
I had a
That's all I had to say about it.
had something written down for Garbage Man. I said that Garbage Man is Billy Mitchell if he was instantly irrelevant and then went broke a few
Wow.
years.
I mean that's kind of what happened, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's kind of what's implied there of what happened. That's why he has to like play. He has it on loop of like the announcer telling his merits and having footage
Oh
of
no, I
him.
meant that's what happened to Billy Mitchell, right?
Well, he won a lawsuit, so
He
I-
did win a lawsuit.
yeah. W bitch,
He does
I'm no
actually give
longer.
a few lawsuits.
Yeah. I mean, that's a different story for a different time.
Everyone is kind of just linking them together. The actors' performances were really poor, I found. It didn't feel genuine. Whenever they were like shocked or scared, or actually, now I think about it, no one was really scared, or even happy, or it felt like it was fake. It felt like it was fake. Like everyone was just fake. And I didn't really like that. There was a lot of stupidity in the scenes as well. There was really a lot of stupid scenes. And two of those scenes really stick out to me is the first one that you see is when they're on their way to the Woodland Mansion. When they're at the when they go to get to the Woodland Mansion, they go through the mountains so that they can get the diamonds so he can pay off his debt in the real world. Somehow, I'm not sure they would actually turn into actual diamonds if he brought them from the Minecraft world to the real world, because considering that the villager didn't change either, I'm going to say that diamonds will probably still look like the diamonds from Minecraft than it will from the real world. But anyway.
Well, I mean, if you go to like Pawn Stars, I mean, I bet like Dan will probably say the best I can give you is $20 and a bag of chips. Am I wrong? I think I'm on.
No,
I'm
that's
on
a good-
point.
From watching Pawn Stars, yeah, I could say it's something around those lines.
He'll probably call in
I mean-
his diamond expert.
Sorry,
then-
these are just ones and zeros. Nothing here.
Give him a binary response.
Probably.
They go onto this elaborate minecart system, which
Oh, sorry to interrupt.
is very
Speaking of the mine, well, not the mine cart, but the mine, like the mine shaft, the area. The girls split up from the guys, right? And they go opposite direction, right? And then by the time that like they start getting attacked by the nether creatures, right? Like right after that, the girls have caught up with them. My question is, how did they get over there so fast? And then another question is, well, I mean, I'll ask the other one after, but
Well, I think it's like they kind of retconned it to like, oh yeah,
Mhm.
they just happened to find each other at some
yeah, it
point.
doesn't really make any sense. Even how they knew they were there. Yeah. Continuity.
I mean, maybe some like time has passed, but I mean, who knows at this?
And then
But-
also when the girls were just like chatting about life and they were just like killing monsters casually, there's such a missed opportunity where they could have been doing parkour and talking casually. Just because that's like,
Slamming their head on leaves to go faster.
oh yeah, that too. Or like, doing parkour, cause like the whole thing about like when you're having a good time in Minecraft with your friends and you're just talking about life, you're doing parkour and like not actually doing anything. I don't know, I felt like a missed opportunity of sorts.
Fair enough.
So they were just like casually killing zombies with their hose, and it's like they could have been doing something with that time.
And the shovel, I think,
Yeah,
and the shovel.
with a hoe and a shovel, just a little
Not
bit.
to mention that, like, at one point, that
What do you
like
call
the
her?
shovel was like stuck into the
A hoe.
zombie, and then one of them was like casually dragging them for a bit before they.
Yeah, yeah, she did actually.
Is very well done. I love the minecart system. I love they incorporated that. They had the perfect, like they had all those little perfect spaces of the powered rails so that it would keep going. It was perfect, really good. One problem: why did it stop?
Who wants to answer that?
He could have just placed one powered rail too far. That's it.
Okay.
I'd like to imagine the cave is not typically filled with creepers, so just getting into a minecart and holding forward, you would not really notice it too terribly. I mean, obviously you'd slow down and then speed up again, but not something that's too crazy. I don't ever do Minecraft rails anymore because I hate measuring the distance because I always mess it up and have moments like that. So I don't do that.
Okay.
But
It stopped in the middle of a cave. But so you're telling me that there is this very small 200 block, roughly 200 block, like long stretch where Steve decided to not place any powered rails, and then for some reason decided to place them after 200 blocks. But he just made this giant tunnel that has all these powered rails straight after, every 10 so blocks going, and then he just stops that. That doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you do that? It felt like it was a poor attempt to add drama to that scene specifically because they were being chased. It's the only reason I can come up with of why they would do that.
They should have been blown up instantly, considering how many creepers they were surrounded by.
agreed.
Like it should have
Agreed.
been like they lit up the torch, and then like creepers like are like in the mid process like, exploding, and then just roll credits.
I'm still hung up on the fact that they had to hit the creepers for them to explode. It's just sad. It's just a sad continuity. It's just a sad error. It's just I can't even. The fact that there wasn't a scene where creepers snuck up on Jack Black or somebody and they just heard a
Well, all the creepers were like walking slowly, like they got like the potion of slowness on them.
yeah, but
They
they,
could have
yeah,
very
exactly.
easily
That
made
too.
They could have very easily made a creeper "aw man" joke, but they didn't.
A creeper what joke?
I was waiting for something like that.
Oh,
The whole
creeper.
yeah
Aw man.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Way
we're
back in the mine.
yeah.
Got my pickaxe swinging from side to side, side to side.
Are you finished?
Be part of the band.
I
Remembers all the
would
songs.
keep going if you guys will. You know what,
can
guys? Why don't we release our cover
you can
of
do
Minecraft songs?
Minecraft karaoke after
Let's
this.
let's release our cover, guys. Okay, let's do it.
No, not right now.
And yeah, it was absolutely stupid. Next stupidity scene is at the Woodland Mansion. The kid, he manages to get a new cover for the cube thing that opens up the portal. And when he falls through the roof, and he falls in front of Jack Black and Jason Momoa, Steve, as his character, says, and I quote, "Oh, great. Did you get the cover?" While he's clearly holding it in his fucking hand. Like, you cannot.
I mean,
tell
there are real
me
people
that
like that in real life too.
He probably had dementia. He's showing early signs of it.
Got gray hairs.
Maybe that's like Minecraft's Steve's character. He's got dementia.
When he gets dementia, he becomes possessed by a Herobrine.
Yeah. He just forgets things.
He's a little silly goofy like that.
he cannot clearly see that he is holding it right in front of him. He's like, "Oh, did you get it?" "No, I've just decided to hold this fake fucking cover for no reason." Of course, I got the fucking cover. Like, just stupidity. Really stupid scenes like that. But yeah. Aesthetically, very nice. I actually really liked the aesthetics that they did for the whole movie. I'm glad that they took note of a lot of things and decided not to make it as furry as it was in the first trailer, where everything just looked like it had hair on everything. I'm very glad that it did not look like that, and it looked very natural. So thank God for that. And one other problem with the plot line, because there's so many kind of confusing plot lines here. The main one is that it was plagiarized. The whole Piglin story.
Is he talking about Jumanji?
was-
No, hold on. Let him speak.
Let him cook. I'm sorry.
I mean, that was my thoughts. That this was a Jumanji. This had a
Yeah.
sublow
I even said that in the theater,
writing of
too.
a Jumanji plot.
It is like isekai kind of type thing.
Well, I wouldn't say isekai. It's more like it's more Jumanji
I guess.
writing,
know.
if anything, because they all get into this. They get sucked into a world that they have no clue what they're doing.
Yeah, then there's
And then-
the big guy, the little guy, and then the two girls, and then Jack Black, the expert, who's already there. It's literally exactly like the Jumanji
yeah,
movie.
there's
Wait,
there's
hold up.
parallels to it. Go ahead.
Oh no, that was. I was meant like, yeah, hold up. That's crazy. I didn't think about that. The fact that the characters are literally the same, basically,
Pretty much.
except there's no romantic tension.
I guess you could say
Unless you
that.
count Jack
I mean,
Black and Garbage Man.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, you could count like I guess
Legend
the
stuff.
bromance of like Garbage Man and Steve.
I count it.
I ship it.
Yeah. I'm gonna make yaoi art of that later.
Whoa.
Hey yo.
Whoa. I'm sure it's already out there.
No doubt about it. But yeah,
Off-stream searches.
because
Don't
'Cause-
search it. Don't search it.
oh my god. Because like watching this, I basically was writing a repeat. This is a Jumanji plot. There's good enough parallels to like point where it's similar, and in the from the Jumanji movie itself.
plagiarized by Warcraft, the movie Warcraft, which came out in 2014 or something like that. Basically, in the Warcraft movie, it's about orcs who have depleted the resources in their world and follow a magical orc who uses a type of magic that depletes life. Depletes like life around it and turns it into that atmosphere that they are so used to in their old world, and travel to another world to deplete it of its resources for the good of their race, essentially. That is
To be fair, that's not just the plot of whatever that movie is. That's the plot of quite a few stories. There's stories about aliens doing that. We've depleted the resources of our world. Now it's time to colonize yours, type thing. That's a pretty common idea.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say necessarily.
yeah, but like I get where his idea is coming from,
Yeah.
but like But like
if you've
for
seen both movies, you definitely think so.
yeah, but like what their reasons of evading the or rather more Dia, whatever her name was, her reason is that she wants to destroy creativity. I mean, like I don't think they were depleting resources because she just wants to rule the world and have no fun, have no creativity.
Yeah, if I remember, yeah, she was like, I want to stop the creativity that's going on in the overworld. It's a good
But
point.
then
She had also wanted to pillage all the gold from the overworld.
That is true.
was that mentioned? I
I
didn't.
think that
I
the
probably didn't.
creativity thing was at least I felt was more focused upon.
I think that was much
I
more
feel like that was
heavy-headed.
I feel like that was a back piece to it, but I know for a fact that she had wanted them to come to the overworld to take some gold. That may not have been the overarching purpose, but that was definitely a facet of her
Yeah.
plan. Because piglins are so gold oriented that it's just a part of their character, part of their
I mean, yeah,
backstory,
it kind of
part
has to be
them.
at that point.
Yeah,
Correct.
because like the whole point and like the movie itself is like creativity. So her desires is to destroy creativity, not to like to get like additional resources. Well, that's like a side objective, but like her main objective is to destroy creativity.
Entirely the
I would agree
entire
with that.
story of the piglins
Yeah.
within within the Minecraft movie. All these piglins are following. There's one piglin that has magical powers and is trying to leave their world of depleted resources so that they can take the resources that are in the other world. And you can even see further examples of that is when they open the portal and go into the overworld starts turning into what looks like the Nether, which is exactly what happens in the World of Warcraft movie when the portal opens and and it starts turning into what their land looks like. And not only that, I'll go a step further. In the Warcraft movie, they use one of the humans to gain access, to get the key to open up the portal for the orcs to come through and take over that world for all their resources. Sound familiar? Yeah, that's because that is exactly as well the Minecraft movie where Malgorsha convinces Steve to go back into the overworld to get the key to open up the portal so that she can come through and take all the resources. It's so stupid. It's so similar that it's just absolutely copied.
Well, I think that you could say that that's a fair point to point out, but I think like the guy from Warcraft, I think he was like possessed or some sort. I mean, I'm running this by memory, but Steve had a motive to just not do what she said. She kind of just took it by force from the Tesseract, and like because she was gonna because Steve wanted to have leverage to find Dennis, even though Dennis escaped. And then he assumed that like they captured Dennis somehow, um, even though like the portal was like sealed off. So I don't know. Anyone want to?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
A little off topic, sorry, but I don't think anybody's mentioned this yet, which is kind of surprising. I feel like I'm pretty sure I meant to mention this at the beginning before I went into it, but I kind of forgot. Just and I know there's annoying parts to some people about the hype over the Minecraft movie about people are throwing popcorn and that's annoying to employees and there's people doing annoying things. I understand that. But I think really, at least for me, the big draw to this movie was the fact that people around my age range, I'm 19, people around like 16 to 22 just went to the movie theaters and had a collectively good time. Everybody just agreed without words having to be said one way or the other. We all just agreed this was a movie to talk loudly during, that everybody could shout out random things and just have a crazy time. And I feel like that's not something I've seen. I mean, at least in a movie. I mean, I haven't seen a movie that just had such great vibes, where the movie wasn't about the plot, it wasn't about like paying close attention. It was about everybody going, "Woo, reference I like. Woo, some other thing I like. Yeah." And just I mean, my favorite part of the movies was me and everybody else in the movie theater shouting out clever, funny things. I mean, that was at least my favorite part, was, guy behind me, I don't even know what he said now, but I remember I was cackling laughing at what the guy behind me said at one point in the movie. So at least for me, that was, I think a big part of the movie. I didn't necessarily have anything to do with the, movie itself as much as it had to do with just, I guess, advertising, but wow. Just wow.
I think you'd have a different experience if you went to an Australian bougie theater.
Maybe, yeah.
I do know that the whole people throwing popcorn and stuff got very out of hand in some cases. Like people
I'm
were
sure.
bringing confetti
Something about
cannons
chicken.
and
Yeah,
like
same.
that's exactly what I'm referring to. It's people brought it with the intention of being a disruption and a grievance. Like that's different from people.
That's a little annoying, but I will say,
enjoying it.
like,
And
sorry.
no, go ahead. You're good.
That's a little annoying, but I will say that, I mean, I feel like that's not the vast majority, just because, like, what you see online is the clips that go viral of people doing crazy stuff. But, like, in
Agreed.
your everyday theater, people, I mean, like, in my theater, there was one guy who threw popcorn. Everybody else was just having a good time and screaming, and, they, like, oh my gosh, chicken jockey! But, like, I mean, most people weren't doing any sort of disruptive behavior other than being loud.
In
Well-
my theater, I had one disruptive thing, and that was whenever Jack Black went, "I am Steve." There was a girl in the front seats who went, "He said the thing," and that was it.
That was it?
Are you sure that wasn't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Me and my
That was
high pitched
me.
voice.
That was me, bro. I go to every theater to freak out about Jack Black. But
Good Lord.
but
Why-
I mean, at least in my theater, the vibes were immaculate.
I mean,
All right.
it's a Minecraft movie, and like because it's been hyped for like quite some time,
Oh yeah.
that like you're gonna have like a wide variety of of people who's gonna be watching it, and then like some grew up playing it throughout the years, and then you got some who are just freshly new to it, but enjoy it regardless. So you have like a mix, you have a melting pot of of ages who's gonna be in those theaters. Of course, like every theater is gonna be different, but like that could be, but like regardless of like the experience, that could be that could be me saying like I went to Coachella, music was terrible, but like the vibes was like great, and then like you could argue that to like almost any other
You went
like
to
event.
Coachella?
Well, no, that's just I'm just saying.
I was about to say, damn, dude, you got money to throw around.
But like with the
I
Minecraft movie,
do agree with you.
because it's just a melting pot of like all ages, like old to
Yeah.
young, like you don't like maybe the Sonic, Sonic, you either know who Sonic is and you grew up playing the game to some sort, or watching some of the animated shows that was
Oh, I
out
love
there.
those shows.
But like it may, or like Transformers, or GI Joe. Like I like GI Joe, even though that was like in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
But like you bring that, like when they brought it out to like to the movies around that time, like you had a very select audience who like grew up watching that, or like they somehow got introduced to GI Joe, or whichever. Take your pick, basically. But with the like Minecraft, like everyone knows what Minecraft is. I mean, they like in the future we're probably gonna see more video games.
Oh
Like
yeah,
like they've been doing that now. Like we see,
McDonald's is doing Minecraft stuff.
like yeah, like they did the meal pack, which is the pricing is outrageous, but
Oh
that's
yeah, it's like $16, dude. Or like, at least at my area.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's your area, because like up here where I'm at, it's like $12 or something. I
I
mean,
might be wrong. I
but
might. I
regardless,
probably got something else with it.
I know. I think that's just area based, just a case by case of which area you're located. But like regardless, um, like the Minecraft, like the franchise itself, gosh, I just lost my train of thought. Uh, I guess what I'm saying is like it's a bigger name. Like if they're gonna do like Fortnite, like they could probably make a Fortnite movie.
I would
Knock on
hate
wood.
that.
I
Don't jinx it.
I think they would.
I swear to God, Rogue, knock on wood.
I'm gonna
right
kill
now.
myself if you do that.
You
Come
know,
on. Oh,
the character,
gosh.
they're gonna. So like, I already see the scene where like the character like falls in to like some sort of portal, and like he's like he landed in Twisted Towers, and he's like overseeing these like the
Picks up a
land, and like
green pistol.
and then he sees like, and he's like, wow, this area is so massive, and then like out of the corner,
Wow.
Ninja comes in and says,
I'm over it. I'm gonna break into your
And
house
then
and
you see the
fill it with Legos. Your entire floor is gonna be covered in Legos. I swear. God
And
dang it, Rogue.
that's a violent threat. Wait, I can't wait for the scene where they see a gold scar and it just goes, Deku pop dun dun, Deku pop dun. I was the light and the knight in shining armor in
I'm-
your movie, and then somebody tries to fight him for it.
I'm calling it. I'm calling it. They're gonna make the Minecraft. They're gonna make a Fortnite movie.
Oh, for sure. But please knock on wood,
No.
please.
Um,
Rogue. I need this. Oh my gosh, can we get the ninja clip of Ninja singing that song by Dixon Dallas?
Dude, they're probably gonna get like, they're probably gonna get the Fortnite kid.
The Fortnite backpack kid?
Yeah, they're probably gonna get him if they're gonna make a
Probably
movie.
too old now.
Regardless, I mean, someone will pick up the reference.
I guess. I don't know what he's looked like as an adult.
Let's see. They could get Ali A.
Oh
That's
yeah,
an
yep.
that's an
No.
older.
He used to be a Minecraft YouTuber actually.
What's the other guy?
They'll get probably Landon or whatever his name was, I forget.
Who's
the
clip for the Never Give Up? Never.
Oh, that's oh my gosh, I forgot his name. It's not Tfue. It's the guy with the glasses. He doesn't swear. I mean, they'll definitely get Cypher
regardless-
PK.
Regardless, they're gonna have like they have like a melting pot of who Fortnite YouTubers
Yeah.
and content
Yeah,
creators who
Clix.
play Fortnite.
Wait, can we have a Clix and Somerset movie? Gosh,
I
am I the only person young enough to get that reference?
don't even know what that is. Chaos, do you know?
Yeah, I made the mistake of watching Fortnite videos, so I mean back in a year or two ago, so
But so yeah, so my point, Minecraft melting pot, tons of ages. You're gonna have a variety of things happening in theaters. Not every theater, but a good amount of theaters.
you know, theater is a dying business.
Well, I guess Warner Bros. Just gave them an EpiPen with this Minecraft movie.
Yeah, but the problem is they're not having an allergic reaction, they're having a seizure. The EpiPen's not gonna do much.
Just wait till streaming services entirely
Yeah.
outperform the
I want
theaters.
to point out that it used to be that like it would take like a month or a couple weeks after it came out in theaters for it to be on streaming services. Now, for the Minecraft movie, for example, I'm pretty sure it was either same day or in some cases you could get it before it came out in theaters. You could stream it. I mean, like, that's kind of wild that we live in that world where theaters isn't the earliest access anymore.
I do agree.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that was kind of like
disliked
their
that.
big thing was you see it, you'd be the first person you know to see it. You go to the theater on opening night, you know. I don't know.
All right, let's continue this.
fact.
Sorry.
Just plagiarizing, rinsing copy from other Warner Brothers movies. I think it was Warner Brothers that did Warcraft.
Hold on, let me
I'm actually
let me,
not
I
too
know
sure
it was
about that
Universal
fact.
Pictures.
let me
Plagiarizing
back
I
up.
and
looked it up.
rinsing copy from other Warner Brothers movies. I think it was Warner Brothers that did Warcraft. I'm actually not too sure about that fact.
Universal
I
Pictures did it.
hated the fast-paced screen transitions. Whenever they were about to do something, like at the beginning, it went like mining, this, that. That's fun, you know, for one scene throughout the movie. But they had like 4 of these fuckers throughout the entire movie. They had one at the beginning. They had one with preparing. They had one when they're at the village. It was too much. There was too much fast-paced screen transitions. They just needed to stop it. Oh, the other thing that I disliked about the movie, Jack Black. He isn't playing Steve. He's playing Po from Kung Fu Panda in live action. So
I
he got-
literally had somebody point that out to me when I watched the movie that Jack Black was the voice actor for Poe and that he literally seemed to play the same character.
When I now just hearing that, I could I can now I cannot see it no more. Now I just see Poe
Yeah.
and
I can't wait for somebody to edit the movie to like edit out Jack Black and just have Poe there for every Jack Black scene.
I bet somebody's already in the works for that.
I'm sure.
the live action of Kung Fu Panda.
Oh.
Just look at Minecraft for a reference because Jack
I
Black
hate to interrupt.
played.
Go ahead.
Don't hate it.
Um,
It's fun.
But I should probably be getting a run on. I have to work kind of early tomorrow morning, and I'll probably be getting in the range of 4 hours of sleep.
All right, no worries. You want to
Nice
say
meeting
your
you,
final
Chaos.
thoughts before you go?
Sure. I was not too huge fan of the movie, but I understand the movie was not made for my demographic. I liked a handful of the stuff that they added in. I liked a few elements of it. But for the most part, it was not necessarily a movie I would enjoy watching. And when they release the second, I presume they will release the second. I probably will not be seeing it unless I have extremely cheap tickets, which I might see it. But
How about
I
you
don't
and me
really
go
have-
together, bro?
Consider it a date.
Oh. Oh wow.
Yeah.
You're very forward. I like it. I don't know.
Oh, Chad messaged me. It's
Alright.
the guy I was referencing earlier. It's Nick A30.
Nick A30,
the
yeah.
Fortnite guy.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a huge fan of it. I did not necessarily enjoy it, but it was a fun little goofy movie with Jack
If you
Black
watch it
making
with me,
jokes.
you'll be a big fan of the second movie.
How about with
If I can pay
me?
attention to the movie while staring into your beautiful eyes.
You won't be staring at my eyes. I can't. I don't know where I'm going with that. Never mind.
Oh
I was
my
gonna make a joke.
god.
I didn't mean for it to sound so dirty.
Well,
Good
Chaos.
lord.
Thank you
I
for
didn't mean
tuning
for that
in.
to sound.
Thank you
Thank you for
for
inviting me.
yeah, no problem. Hope we do this more. And
Hopefully I can catch y'all later.
we'll
Nice to meet
see
you.
you later.
Take it easy.
All right.
And then there were 2.
Let's finish this.
Exactly like Po from Kung Fu Panda. And if people didn't know, Po in Kung Fu Panda is voiced by Jack Black. So if you watch even the first movie of Kung Fu Panda and then rewatch Minecraft movie again, you will like see like the same mannerisms that Jack Black brought to Poe has brought to Steve, and it was way too familiar. He needed to he needed to step away from that side, like that like those weird noises that he keeps on making, and he needed to stop doing that voice that he always does.
Here's my theory.
I mean,
It's
he
like-
does that in every single movie he's in.
I
He
was
did that in School of Rock.
Well, here's my theory is that like I bet like it's probably like a contract thing where like if I'm gonna be in this movie, I have some terms like you're gonna let me be me. It's the same with
Yeah,
like The Rock, like he can't lose any fights.
yeah.
In
He
his
has to
contracts.
take as many hits as he gives, right? Or
Yeah.
give as many hits as he takes,
So like
at least.
I bet you like when he was negotiating for this role, or if he was, that like he was gonna be him, and then whatever else that he had wishes.
No, I was thinking the same thing. That makes so much sense because, I mean, like he's the same character in every movie he plays, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, I love Jack Black. I mean, Jack Black is like, he's like going to Jersey. You ever been to Jersey Mike's?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's like it's like going to Jersey Mike's. It's like you know you're gonna get some good quality food. Now it's gonna be the same every time. Whatever you get, it's gonna be the same every time. That being said, it's gonna be good. Why do you give a shit?
Yeah, like Jack Black himself, he's a pretty good actor. He does he goes above in some of these roles. Like now the Minecraft, I mean the Super Mario movie, they had
Was he in it?
No, I was gonna
I was about to
point
say.
out like Chris Pratt, where
He's
he
my
played.
favorite actor of all time.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. I mean, he has his moments. And now he did the Lego movie where he plays Emmett. If you've seen that movie,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So he played.
If you look at my profile picture,
But so anywho, so like when he does the Mario movie, he's trying to be Mario, but he isn't, and like he can't pull it off. But
he doesn't
like,
even sound like Mario.
I mean, like even if even if he could, I mean, I don't know. I think it wouldn't do too well. I mean, it didn't do too well in the box office, if I remember correctly. But
Did it not? Oh.
like he was trying to do something, but like I don't think he had the talent for it. Whereas like let's say Steve had a voice, would Jack Black pull that off? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But
I think if Steve was just a voice, if it was like an animation, you mean, and it was just a voice, I think I could see Jack Black doing a great job. That being said, I think there are other actors who would do a better job as Steve. I mean, like I might be a little biased because I love Chris Pratt. I mean, if you look at my profile picture, it's literally Emmett from the Lego Movie. I love Chris Pratt. I think he would have been a great voice of Steve.
you think so?
Oh yeah.
There
I mean,
was there was
I might
supposed to
be
be
a little
another
biased.
there was supposed to be another actor who was gonna play Steve, but I guess scheduling issues kind of didn't align.
I mean, if it's live action, at least for me, I don't think any other actor could have done it as funny as Jack Black. I feel like he saved it where there were so many continuity errors, this and that with the movie, but just you watched it for Jack Black, or at least I did. I mean, and the Minecraft references.
I think like for the average kid, they're not gonna care less about the details. They're gonna see funny guy and like all these Minecraft references. So excuse me.
Like
So
a brain overload.
So it doesn't really matter too much. Whereas like us around our age or so, we're gonna notice this, and we're gonna be like, why is this and this happening, so to speak.
Give me something to yell about during the movie.
Is when he tries to
You know me, very
talk,
disruptive.
Yeah.
where he tries to make everything sound epic, or put like, yeah, when like as if it's like a cinematic trailer every time he talks. He needs to just talk normally, because he's because he's
norm-
not Poe from
talk
Kung Fu
normally.
Panda, Steve.
As he uses an Australian accent.
Well, well, yeah.
There was too many plot holes. So yeah, again against the plot. There was too many plot holes, unfinished stuff. The old man mining at the very beginning, we never see him again. He is
probably
only at the
died.
beginning of the movie. We never once see him again. And I feel like that's a missed opportunity that they could have done to, bring back with the movie. There's just so many things where it didn't pace correctly. I don't think they followed it.
I think like another question to ask is like, what was the purpose of that mine? I mean,
The
like,
mine?
yeah,
I
like,
think it was literally just for the children yearn for the mines joke.
I
I mean,
guess,
it's a meme that's been around forever.
I
I
guess,
feel like
but
it's
like,
yeah.
but like, if you're gonna have like a mine, there's usually a purpose. Like, you have coal mines, and then you got like mines for like diamonds, and
Well, it's a craft mine.
like, but like for this one, it's like considering that the town that they were located is potatoes. Were they mining for potatoes? They got some.
Speaking of potatoes, the potatoes in the Minecraft movie were massive. Just want to point that out. Halfway size of your skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight up.
Correctly. But yes, it's a huge continuity error. Speaking of which, another continuity error. Dennis. So Dennis has basically been following where the cube goes, because he was asked by Steve to take it away and keep it away. He puts it back underneath his bed in his old house, and basically just roams the place.
Here's something to think about. It's like, how did he know
Yeah,
where
Steve
to put
mentioned that it was
it?
underneath his bed later. Oh, wait, what are you talking about?
Well, no, Dennis, like where to put it. He goes.
Yeah, it's a good question. Steve later knows. He mentions that it was underneath his bed, and it's like, how would Steve have known that?
It's a bit
That it
of
was
a-
hidden underneath his bed.
Yeah, it's like a fourth wall breaking.
Yeah, almost.
But more or less, like if like did like Steve show him his house? I mean, like it seems like he was more stuck in his place. I don't think he ever wanted to return back to reality.
I mean, I will say, if Steve at that point still had a house, I mean, I'm guessing his house, like, he's still paying his rent. He's still, paying for his home, at least for then, because later it's in storage boxes, but at that point he was still maintaining a home, I believe, at least.
I mean, there's a couple other things, like did no one ever notice that he went missing?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like when he came back to the real world, like no one no one like raised the alarm, like who's this guy? I mean,
well, yeah, or the fact that
because
somebody just comes out of nowhere with a bunch of diamonds, and he's like, "Yep, I can't tell you where I got these, but these are legit."
Because considering that like it's a small town,
Mm-hmm.
from what we're told, it's like no one kind of like, who's this guy? And doesn't he look familiar on the missing posters?
Yeah. Also, Jason Momoa, right? Like he grew up in that town, right? So if Jack Black also grew up in that town, Like they never ran into each other in this small town. They never met each other before. Like their first time meeting is in the game. Seem around the same age.
I get, yeah, that's a good point. I don't know.
Well, why don't you know? Come on, man.
How did
I'm
Dennis get back
looking
to
to you
the
for
overworld?
answers.
No,
Wait, hold on. What did he say? You kind of.
Sorry.
just roams the place. How did Dennis get back to the overworld? Now everyone's going to say, "Oh, didn't you see the scene where the villager walked through, where the villager was on the other side, and then you see Dennis run past and he goes into the cave?" Yes, but that scene happened directly after the portal broke. Yeah, now people are really thinking. So,
Oh, wait a
if-
second.
Yeah,
Oh no, I didn't mean actually wait a second. I
I'm
was
waiting.
No, no. I just meant that's wild.
the portal,
I bet that gives
if
them
the
something to
portal
think about.
broke on their side, for Jason Momoa and the kids, and Dennis came in after the portal broke, that would mean the portal would have been relit, and that means that they didn't need this entire rest of the plot because the portal would then have been relit because Dennis came through again. That's just based off normal Minecraft rules. If you go through a portal, it either creates a new portal right next to it, or it relights the same one. It usually only makes a new one if someone is already in the nether, like right next to it or something like that, because of switching over to different worlds. But yeah, that's a small continuity error that didn't really make any sense. And kind of breaks a little bit of Minecraft.
All right,
stuff.
sorry to interrupt.
What's up?
All right, I'm probably gonna hit the hay, but do you have any sort of like ender offers or?
What is it? Sorry, Tin.
I'm probably gonna leave the stream and go to sleep soon. I was wondering if you had any sort of anything you wanted to say.
I think that at the end of the day, the movie itself wasn't good. I mean, the writing was poor.
Yeah, as a movie.
There's a lot of plot holes, a lot of retcon continuity that makes you question when you look at this deeper. That just makes you wonder, like, how did this get passed through?
Yeah, did they even care?
This movie, although it made money and it's doing well, depending on how you see it. Like, if you, as a person who rather enjoys the Minecraft game, and you're young, it's a great movie. Probably not one that you're gonna remember too much fondly.
Yeah.
Maybe years down the road. Someone that grew up from the game, from its roots to where it's now, it's kind of like, where was the direction it is now? I get it that, like, they're taking bits from different elements from their other games. So you had the main Minecraft, then you had Dungeons, and then Legends. So, but I don't think that, like, I don't think it made sense to many people. I mean, it probably made sense to a vast majority of people, and they just didn't care. But, like, if you're just thinking, like, this is because it's a Minecraft movie, so that's why they can get away with it. But if you're thinking, like, this is supposed to be looking at the just regular Minecraft, because that's what everyone plays, like you have a small group of player who plays the Dungeons and then Legends, but everyone plays the main Minecraft. So, like, if someone was who never plays any of the other two other games, they're just confused. Like, well, this doesn't happen. This you can't do that to an Iron Golem, and so on and so forth. So like overall, this movie had like mixed directions of like where it had like a
Yeah.
sort of direction, but it had a lot of mixed
It
direction
was
and
being
arrows
pulled
of
in
where it
many
wanna
different
go.
directions.
Yeah, and it just basically just turned into a slop of a movie that isn't
Mhm.
good. I mean, it'll be memorable to some, but not one I would say that it's the best, figuratively speaking.
Yeah. I definitely was looking for a bit more nostalgia in the movie in some parts. I feel like as somebody who's played for a long time, there's a lot of nostalgia that they missed out on, and I think they definitely should have. The biggest miss for me is that they should have fought for the rights to use C418's music a lot more. Because the thing is, I know that they were able to use it at the very end in instrumental version in the background behind another song. They slipped in one of his songs as an instrumental. I which I appreciated, but I feel like they spent $150 million on this movie. What's $1 million more to pay this guy? You know what I mean? Like, or something.
Yeah, I
Like, I
mean,
feel like it's a miss that, yeah.
there's definitely a lot of like missed opportunities, and like, I mean, I think thing for certain for most people was a Technoblade reference. I
Oh
think
yeah, that was good.
I think a lot of people really respect that. Though I
They did it
believe,
well. They didn't, yeah.
yeah, I think doing that sealed the deal for many people because it had that, and they were honoring. They had they were kind of honoring him in memory in some
Yeah,
sort.
it was nice. It had the same vibes as when the Minecraft launcher had a bunch of pigs with crowns on it
Yeah.
for like a month or two. It had the same vibes where like everybody just appreciated it. Nobody had a complaint.
I mean, there's definitely many like there's definitely like areas where you could say this was a missed opportunity. Maybe for like Creeper, where it's
Yeah.
like, oh man, or
Oh
like when
yeah.
Jason Momoa could have like said, oh man, whenever he encountered it the first time.
Dude, that would have been sick.
Um, I mean, yeah, there's definitely areas where there's definitely missed opportunities of where they could have improved upon when added. But is there anything else you wanted to add?
No, I mean, that's it for me.
Well, well, um, sorry, dude. It's a pleasure having you on.
Hey, thank you so much for the invite, by the way.
Yeah, no problem.
Really appreciate it. It's a
Well,
lot of fun.
well, if they make another movie, I guess.
Yeah, I can't wait to
I guess do round 2.
can't wait for it. Hey, we could all meet up and play on Jack Black's World. Discuss it further there.
I guess so. Well,
Really take a deep look at the lava chicken maker.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right.
Have a great one.
Take care. All right, folks. It's just me, and I want to finish Shad's response to this, so that's what we're gonna do.
Which brings me to another thing. So this brings me to the Minecraft aspect. Hostile mobs don't attack passive mobs. This is not a question, but a fact. Zombies don't attack cows. They don't attack pigs. They don't attack phantoms. They don't attack any passive mob. Basically, they don't attack bees. They don't attack anything. Here's my dilemma. In the movie, the pink sheep that is at the beginning where they go into the world, the zombies attack and as if look like to eat the sheep.
And here's another thing: is like when I first saw this, I was confused of like Like, I didn't notice it at first until like I rewatched it on like from someone who pirated. Um, but I didn't notice that the first time around. Maybe because I was just already already bored when I was watching this the first time. But then like when I watched this the second time around, I was like, wait a second. Why is the sheep getting mauled to death by the zombies? Because I don't think, because you don't do that to any other mobs. They don't do that unless I don't know. But yeah, that's something I noticed.
Zombies don't do that. Zombies don't attack sheep. So that doesn't make any sense. It's not a part of Minecraft.
maybe that's maybe that's an upcoming function in the future. Zombies are just gonna attack passive mobs regardless. Who knows?
They've already made a Minecraft error in my eyes. Drinking potions. So they drank a lot of potions, but there was no particle effects. Just to, you put something in. I know it's a very, very picky thing, but they've put a lot into the aesthetics of this, into the Minecraft world, and into the movie. You would think they would get something as simple as particle effects correct when you drink a potion. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So another small thing. I also put a note here of crafting items that don't exist. The potato gun. I hated it. It don't exist. It doesn't exist in Minecraft, and so it shouldn't exist in the Minecraft movie.
Well, Shad, I hate to break it to you, but the potato gun and the I know you're gonna say the double bucket nunchucks, but it's now canon because Minecraft added a movie pack to it. So now, therefore, your argument is invalid. I just want to put that out there, Shad. You're probably listening to this and you're probably screaming off your mouth, but I'm just here to just put you down here. Just tap you on the hand.
I understand that they were doing something new for the movie, but if you're going to represent a very popular game, you want to keep to what's in the game.
Plus, I think that like it's a gag, like regardless. Like, I think that's I think like even looking at it right now, like the gag. Like I think I'm willing to give it a pass considering like the whole idea of creativity, but that's just a bit of a stretch.
Another thing, buckets and chain, but no, it doesn't exist in the game. There is no such thing as a double buckets connected by a chain. That is not a weapon in Minecraft that exists. So I'm completely against that. Very big one that I'm very pissed off about when it comes to this one. The creeper farm. Yeah, no. That creeper farm was a cave. There is no way in hell that is a creeper farm. That was literally a cave in a mountain. So there should have been bats, there should have been zombies, there should have been spiders, there should have been skeletons, maybe even some baby zombies as well in there. There should not have been just creepers. If you want to do a creeper farm scene, sure, do it in a creeper farm. Don't do it in a cave and somehow magically have 200 fucking creepers that obviously go over the entity limit for that area. But that's besides the point. But yeah, if you're going to do a creeper farm, do it correctly. That was literally just a cave cut out into a mountain. And I don't know how you cannot tell me. I know all of you Minecraft. I know all of the people in this panel right now who have really enjoyed the Minecraft movie are complaining, going, "Oh, this look, it was the creeper farm that they did. You know, they could do it in the mountain." No, 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 no. Steve clearly stated that it was only a mine that he used for grabbing diamonds. He said it while walking through the mountain, and he said it before when they were back at the village. So, sorry to say, people who have enjoyed the movie, you're wrong. The movie has even stated it. So it is not a creep. It is not a creeper farm. It's a goddamn cave.
I'm pretty sure you also mentioned. Well, maybe that's just before. Well, no, that's just after they established it. But he had a creep farm. Maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe I'm just delusional and just tired.
And then the fact that he said it was like, "Oh no, it's my creeper cave, creeper farm." No, wrong. It's not a creeper farm. That is just a cave. And you're telling me you've had this cave and you're not going to light it up, especially right next to your tracks, next to your railway tracks? Are you telling me any Minecraft players here are going to do that? Put railway tracks underground and not put any torches next to it? Even if it's above ground, you're definitely going to put torches next to it because mobs can still spawn right next to it. And it's going to be more than just goddamn creepers. So, little bit stupid when it comes to that. The villager. The villagers were the only mob in the whole movie that stayed exactly the same and were played exactly like the mobs in game. It was the only mob.
Well, that could be. What about the pandas? And like, I mean, they kind of ate the bamboo, and then a little panda baby appeared. I mean, maybe they seem to do fine. I mean, the sheep. I mean, there was nothing much that the sheep could do. I mean, it just happens. It just gets mauled to death by a zombie. I don't think we saw the cows. I mean, the pigs were fine, and then the villagers. I mean, I feel like you couldn't mess up the villagers with the exception of like the side story. But even still, like that side story, like when I thought it was okay, but I thought it was weird in the end that maybe that's just a time lapse where he just now learning to speak English. But there again, I think maybe he understood language. I don't know. I'm just rambling here at this point. Let me just finish Shad's statement
It
and
was the
thoughts.
only mob out of the whole movie that was represented the best up until the credit scene. As soon as he got to the credit scene, and then he started talking like the actor from Oompa Loompa from Willy Wonka and the Charlie Factory from Johnny Depp. The same actor voicing the villager is the narrator in that movie. And it broke me because it was literally my one good thing that I was going to say about the whole movie was that the villagers were at least represented correctly. Nah, failed. Started talking like an Oompa Loompa. Like the Oompa Loompa narrator, and had this weird relationship with the woman. The woman starts talking villager. Like it was really weird. Really weird. Didn't like it at all. The creeper. The creeper didn't behave like a creeper. If anyone noticed, when Jason Momoa first met the creeper and we see the creeper first on the stage, it sneaks up behind Jason and does nothing. Now, we all know if a creeper goes up behind us and it starts doing this hissing sound, it is going to explode immediately. Bang, done, like that. That's what I was expecting. No, it didn't. It was only after Jason hit it that it started, that it exploded, which I was like, okay, he hit it, he was too close to it, and then it exploded. All right, I can get behind that. But then you go to the creeper farm. They're surrounded by hundreds of the creepers, and they don't attack Steve or Jason or the kid at all. They don't attack them at all. They just stand around in this weird fucking voodoo circle.
I like to imagine a universe where like they actually just exploded, and then we just roll credits in there. We have
And they don't explode. They only explode after Steve and Jason start hitting them to then trigger an explosion to blow up the enemy.
well, I think no. They exploded when the big guy, the big piglin, like came out. That's when they initially exploded. They didn't explode when they leave. As they were leaving, when the big piglin came in, that's when they exploded.
The big giant fucking like giant orc like orc piglin or whatever it is.
Oh, you just said it.
And that's just not how creepers act. Creepers explode on sight. They are on your ass to kill you. they don't just like erupt when one's hit. That's not how they work. So another mistake. They did the creeper behavior wrong. Animal sounds. Why do I get the feeling like their inspiration for most of these goddamn animal sounds was the Wilhelm scream? Like some of these mobs were just screaming into the mic. Yeah, there was just one guy screaming into the mic, and that was the sheep sound. I was like, what the goddamn shit is this? Like it was the weirdest crap I've ever seen. And it's not just that. They had the cows do it, they had the pigs do it, all of them do it. Weird crap. Don't like it. The diamond armor. Oof, God. That looked abnormal on Steve. Now, okay. I can understand getting the shape of it would have been okay, but why did they make the diamond not look like diamonds? Mate, the color palette on a diamond armor in default Minecraft with no resource packs, no shader packs is 3 colors, and they're just different shades of blue. How hard is it to fuck that up? You got everything else right when it came to doing costumes, designs, and stuff. Why did you fuck up armor? Even the swords. I mean, I can understand swords. Maybe you can change it a little bit just to get the glint and stuff like that. But how do you fuck that up? You can do in post editing to make.
I feel like that, like their decision on the armor was like, let's make it to 1-to-1, coloring wise. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that seems like. I think it's just like they wanted to get texture. Same thing with like with the swords. Maybe that's just their way of like doing texturing and what have you.
Make it look like it's enchanted armor. I think that's maybe the reason why they made it look so abnormal, is because they tried to make it look like it was enchanted diamond armor, but really it was really mushed up version of what the diamond armor is meant to be. And even if it was enchanted, it definitely didn't have the glowing effect that enchanted armor has. So negative points. I didn't like that. Size ratio of mobs to the main cast. Mobs are 2 blocks high. So why the hell are all these mobs like almost taller than the damn trees? like they're like touching, like they're touching the leaf blocks. Like it was really weird seeing how all of them were just like there. Another thing, skeletons. I know even if it was on hard difficulty in this Minecraft world, not every skeleton has enchanted bows, and now all of them have the flame enchant. Like that is not a thing ever.
They just got lucky, Shad. They got good RNG in this world.
And how hard is it to really just add, a few of the skeletons with armor on? Like have some chainmail on, or some of the zombies, have a little bit of armor. Have one of them in leather armor or some shit, or gold armor. Yeah, and it would be cool. You can make a little scene out of that. That would be awesome. So yeah, a little bit lack of creativity going on here. Yeah, that was the other thing with the mobs. Some are cubes and some are not cubes. Spiders were done out of cubes, the skeletons made out of cubes, and then the zombies were only a cube head.
Okay.
Like, what happened to the rest of the body? Why couldn't you make the rest of the body be a cube? Why isn't that doing anything? Like, it's like that kind of gave up when they came to the zombies. They were just like, we'll just put a guy in it, put a goddamn head on him, and we'll edit it in post. Like, it's just very poor. It's very poor. Water buckets. They don't stay stagnant. Yeah, sorry to say, even if you're gonna do a quick water bucket release, then do that correctly. But how they did it was he launched the water onto the ground, it sat there, and then once they hit the water, then it expanded. Yeah, no. It should have, he released the water and then immediately went out. It would have been even cooler if you could actually see that. So, like, it's going block by block. That would have been even way cooler, just to show a little bit of, respect to the source material. And that is all of my notes that I have done for the Minecraft movie. So, sorry, Rogue, that I wasn't able to be here in person.
Oh, what do you mean? You're here right now.
But I've just done up this recording the night before for you, so that you have at least my opinion on the matter. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the panel, and be sure to subscribe to Rogue M Pro 21.
Yeah, guys, you gotta hit subscribe. You better hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. But that was Shad's thoughts. So I think that this is where we're gonna conclude things here. So I firstly want to thank everyone who had participated in this panel. Thank you to Chaos, Lava, Jason, Stardude, Afton. Thank you for participating and hopping in. We were supposed to have a couple others, but it doesn't look like they were able to get on. To just sum up my thoughts, this movie had really flopped on its face when it came to this movie. The story was bad. There was a lot of parallels where you could say this had they copied from this movie and what have you. There's definitely a lot of plot holes in areas where you just like, how did this happen? How did they get that? How did they know what and what? And so on and so forth. But regardless, it came out successful, and depending on how you see this, if you're like me and some others, it wasn't a good movie. in writing, but if you're looking past through that, this was a decent movie that one can enjoy, but I would say as more of a child than more than anything. So will they make a second one? We'll just have to see. But regardless, thank you all who tuned in. I will hope to see you in the next movie panel if I continue, if I do so. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. So until then, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you, and good night.